Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and we are going to speak about a very important topic. As you see in the title, it says that Muhammad, he said, Muhammad is supposedly the prophet of Islam. He's a false prophet, very bad person, extremely disgusting ethic, history, and fruits. Yet there is a lot of people believe in this man, and there is many reason for that. You know, Islam is a gang society, which means if you don't believe, we are going to punish you anyway. So you better believe. The second you give them freedom, you will see a different story. This is why he made it clear that if somebody leaves Islam, you have to kill him. And at the same time, the Muslims, they say to us, Islam don't force people to believe Islam. But, you know, all of Islam is about forcing people to believe Islam. I choose two videos from the internet. One by a person, his name Asim Al-Hakim. He is a sheikh, as you see on the screen. His beard is so long. And another guy, supposedly he's a sheikh too, but he is a little bit crazy. They are going to tell us who is going to go to heaven really, how people will go to heaven. Before I start, you know, this is like a warning, let us say. This religion, because it is really a crazy religion and infect the brain of a person when he try to be, let us say, a true believer. Then you will find that right away the person, he try his best to show off. This is a religion based in show off, you know. Like if you don't show off enough, then you are not really a true believer. You have to scream. You have to make it more, let us say, more convincing to us that you are a true believer. And this is why you see Muslim, they call themselves cleric. They act very much, you know, when they speak. A lot of acting, a lot of drama, a lot of shouting, and supposedly this will prove that this person is a true sheikh. He's a true believer. He is not something like, not, he's above normal, you know, as a true believer, you know. So now if I want to teach the Muslims, if I don't shout and get angry and show them how upset I am, then the Muslims are not really to consider me something serious. So let us listen to this guy and see how much decency and logic he have in what he say.
Never did that. Every one of you is lost except whom I guide. Allah doesn't need anyone. Anyone. Don't ever think, my brother. You know, people now walking around, Allahu Akbar. The brother goes to Hajj. When he comes back, you can't call him Muhammad anymore. It's Hajj Muhammad. Brother, I've been to Hajj. So please, if you don't mind, you call me Hajj Muhammad. Really? Really? What, you think that because you performed Hajj, that you equal to something now in Allah's eyes?
So why you call yourself sheikh? You see the hypocrisy of those people? Why, really? Really? You think you are now something better? Why you call yourself sheikh? Why you call those who they are with Muhammad companion? Peace upon them. All of Islam is about titles. Here you see the clear sign of hypocrisy, and when somebody wants to school you that he is very humble, but he himself is not. You have to be humble, but I'm not going to be humble. You have to call me sheikh.
Is this the arrogance you have with Allah? And people get upset. Brother, I didn't spend $10,000 and sacrifice my family for 4 weeks only to return, and you call me Muhammad. That's Hajj Muhammad. The Prophet of Allah in the authentic hadith, speaking to Sahaba, speaking to the greatest ummah that ever walked the earth, speaking to your fathers, speaking to a ummah that happily gave their lives for the pleasure of Allah. People who did the utmost, the biggest sacrifices, and they deemed themselves...
Yeah, they sacrifice a lot. They kidnap the Christian women, the Jewish women, they steal their money, They go, they don't go to work. The Christian work and they steal their money. The Christian, they have to pay their money so they live. They sacrifice a lot, brother. Okay, so they sacrifice a lot. And what does that mean?
And as the most insignificant people, today you do nothing and you think you're up there. They did everything and they thought that they were down there. The Prophet of Allah speaking to them, he says, none of you, who's he speaking to? He says, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions.
See the stupidity? So why you go to Hajj? Isn't it Hajj is an action? Why you fast Ramadan? Isn't it Ramadan in action? Why you want to do jihad against the Christians and the Jews and the Hindus and kill them? Isn't it this an action? He just told you all your action is garbage. So all this screaming is to say to us that Islam is a useless cult and it is a stupid religion. All the screaming. And he get more and more excited.
None! People walking around like he's already from the people of Jannah, mashallah.
So why you come to the Christian, you say we are going to go to heaven, you Christian, you will not go to heaven, and which is everything. So taking Shahada, converting to Islam is an action. Fasting Ramadan is an action. Bending your head down and your ass is up 5 times a day is an action. Doing jihad is an action. Kidnapping Christian women, Christian Jewish, which is a must for you if you are a true believer, doing jihad is an action. And now you are saying all this action is in vain, it's stupid. Doesn't do anything. You don't go to heaven. So why you do this action? Let us see the other idiot. And by the way, I find it very astonishing. There is something in the internet and YouTube, like people they find a video and they say reaction of etc. to this video, reaction, and the guy, he will put the video and he put the camera on his face and then he will show you the reaction. I find this is one of the most hilarious stupid things we see in YouTube today. Reacting to Muhammad Hobulus. Look, he put his hand on his head like I mean, you see this this is one of the signs of stupidity in the world today. Why I need you? I mean, did you watch the video before or not? You did. Okay, now you are reacting. Now you put your hand over your head. Look at this woman. Reacting to Muhammad Hopeless. Look, she's reacting, guys. She's reacting. I mean, come on. We have to react. Reacting, all it's reacting is one of the most astonishing, stupid things you see in the internet these days. It's just to get more subscribers and more people watch. Supposedly when people want to see react, like how I reacted. Okay, I will put the camera for you, and okay, I'm going to make a channel reacting to eating hummus. This is video number 1. And then I will make a video reacting to eating banana. For an Arab guy, first time he see banana. Trust me, a lot will view it. The world is so stupid and so idiot and so reacting, and none will enter heaven. And look at this guy. And look at this guy. I am lost in words. Reacting to none will enter heaven. Look how many. Look at this guy. His mouth is open like, what happened? What a business. What a business. Reacting. Like, what happened? It's actually, if you react, you should react to the stupidity. I mean, this is stupid. He just told you that Islam is nothing but a garbage. All the prayer you do, all the hajj you do, all the jihad you do, all the stupid you do, including your acting now as a video, is nothing. Do you see how stupid this cult is? Let us go to the other idiot. So this is another idiot. He's a sheikh. And somebody asking the same question. But at least this guy, he will not scream at us, and he don't sound like a professional terrorist like the other guy. That guy, like if there is a kid around, he might cry.
says from Nigeria that I have a confusion between, in so many places in the Quran, Allah says that whoever does this and that would enter Jannah. The Prophet says whoever does this and that would enter Jannah. And in another hadith, we are told by the Prophet ﷺ that none of you will enter Jannah except with Allah's mercy. Or, let me rephrase that. None of you will enter Jannah through his own deeds. So the companion said, not even you, O Prophet of Allah? He said, not even me, except that Allah showers me with his mercy. Here, the Prophet is telling us that the Jannah, paradise, is not in exchange for your deeds. Meaning that, hey, I have done this and this and this. I should get first class. I should get business class. Why am I not getting to Jannah quickly? Why am I spending so much time? No, wait. Your deeds are not a currency you get Jannah for. It's not in exchange. Paradise is Allah's mercy, and He gives it to you because He wants to give it to you.
Look what this idiot. The question is, why in one hadith it says, if you do this, you go to heaven? And then now you are saying to them, no. Not because you are the... You just say that your work is not what guarantee you heaven. And the other hadith says, as an example, if you say, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, 100 times you go to heaven. Like what? The one who said, La ilaha illallah, he enter heaven. Lord. The one who observed the 2 cool time of prayer, he enter heaven. What? What? So all those things Muhammad he said about entering heaven, it's fiction then, because you just said all those things you do will not guarantee you heaven. Read. Look at this one. This one is more crazy. Muhammad he said, every one of my nation, Ummah min nation, will enter Jannah except those who refuse. Like what the heck? He was asked, who will refuse? He, the PPUH, this is like a name of his company, he said, whoever obeys me shall enter Jannah. Whoever disobey me refuses to enter Jannah. But you just said, you yourself, you are not guaranteed to enter heaven. Do you see the stupidity? And why they have to obey you? Are you God? So Muhammad, he made it clear. In order to go to heaven, you have to be my slave. You have to be my slave. In the same time, because he's a stupid person, Muhammad is a moody man. He have like like hashish time, when he say things which is contradict what he just said a day before or in the morning. So if you obey me, you enter heaven. Why he did not say if you obey Allah? Because He is Allah. He is the true God of Islam. Look, all of those. Look at this one as an example. Allah Apostle said Allah has 99 names, i.e. 100 minus 1. Whoever know them, he will go into paradise. Look at this. I know them. I know them all. And I can add more to them too. Like a stupid donkey or mental. Whoever know the 99 names, he go to heaven. But in the other hadith, he says, your deed will not make you enter heaven. Do you see the contradiction? So, is entering heaven is something granted or not? Right? Mr. Sayed, why you are calling me punk, my friend? You see, when you call someone, he is a sheikh, punk, Allah will not let you enter heaven And even though he will make your penis endless, but is going to make it sausages, and he will burn it. Go and learn good manner from your mom, your dad. Maybe they did not teach you how to speak. You're a very filthy person, like your prophet anyway. So whoever memorized the 99 names of Allah, he will go to heaven. Just memorize them. How easy. You know, look at this. All of this is a way to go to heaven. Who says like this, he enter heaven? What? Call for the prayer. If you call for a prayer, you enter heaven. You see how easy? You can be a child molester, you can be a criminal, you can be a killer. Just call for a prayer and you enter heaven. All of those things. Now, he made endless statement about how to enter heaven. All those hadith about entering heaven. In the same time, we find that he himself will not enter heaven unless Allah grant him mercy. Which means all the work is done, all the deed, all the prayer is useless. And then the Muslims, who they call themselves Sheikh, they try to explain the stupidity of Muhammad. So they try to come with their own way to explain it, but the more they explain it, the more make it more stupid. Listen carefully.
Jannah quickly. Why am I spending so much time? No, wait. Your deeds are not a currency you get Jannah for. It's not an exchange. Paradise is Allah's mercy.
Did he say not exchange? Isn't it the Quran says the following? If you give Allah alone, Allah will double it for you. Do you see the stupidity? Muhammad, he told them, if you give me money, he is a guy who wants money. It's like somebody trying to make you make a donation and he promised you heaven. This is what Muhammad exactly he do. So in chapter 2, verse number 245, he just said it's not an exchange. That's a lie. The Quran says, as you see, who is he that will lend Allah a goodly loan? What Allah will do to him? He will give it to him multiply. Where? In heaven. This is about heaven. Do you see it? But he just said it's not an exchange of currency. But this is literally about currency. This is about giving Muhammad money. In return, Allah will multiply it to you in heaven. And even Muhammad, he says in the hadith, Allah will make you 10 times more rich than any king in this earth. Chapter 5, verse number 11. See how Muhammad, he keep begging for money. That's why you see Muslims, each time they go online, brothers and sisters, we are the one who stand for the Christian Prince and the Christians. There's 80,000 people left Islam last year in the UK, and we need your help and support. Who is going to stand for them except us? We need your support. And right away, because this is how they make money from the fool. So who is he that will lend Allah a goodly loan? Have you ever heard of a God he need a mortgage? You see, Muhammad, he need money. And why he need money? Because he want to attack, he want to make an army. And this is why he promised Uthman ibn Affan, the rich man who gave him a lot of money in the beginning, that he will be one of the 10 who will enter heaven guaranteed. Just because he gave him the loan. And the loan, he will not pay you back. This is like, hello, we took it. We will pay you back in heaven. So, who is the one who will give Allah a loan? And then Allah will increase and will multiply his payment where? In paradise. Does it say in the front of your eyes paradise? But in the video he just said to us, no, this is not exchange. When you do good deeds, it's not exchange. When Islam, all of it is about seducing you as an exchange of something. So like you die for Allah, Allah in return, he will give you vagina. All of Islam is about exchange. You see, in Christianity, when they asked Jesus about who is going to marry this woman when she go to heaven, who's going to be her husband, he said he and she, they will not be getting married. They will be the same as angels. So there is no reward of sex in heaven. And there's no exchange of reward. In heaven, you will be the same as angels, which means you are free. You have no needs. So in Islam is a religion, concentrate in making you addicted to the needs, is speaking to you, is, trying to tempt you in a sexual way. This is number one. Endless penis, 1 mile butt, the vagina will be fit for that, 70 years orgasm, all of those sexual things, which is proving to us that Allah cannot be God, because this is not God, cannot be God talking like this. If God is holy, the promise of God should be holy, right? Look what Muslima she is saying. Thank you, Muslima, for saying that. Let me show you what this lady she just said. Here you see the hypocrisy of Islam and how they try to make you you are the one who is obsessed, not their God. You see the stupidity? Look, Christian Prince is obsessed. Astaghfirullah. How come you don't say the same to your prophet? Well, I am just quoting him, and that makes me obsessed. I'm here to teach about Islam. That's why I'm talking about vagina. If your prophet don't say vagina, so don't say penis, I cannot mention them. So you quote Muhammad, they say to you, you are obsessed with sex. I just quoted Muhammad. Do you see the stupidity? They prove us again to be right. Who is the one who is obsessed with sex? It's your prophet, your God. Have you ever, you are a Muslim lady, I'm not going to insult you and use bad language with you, but as long as you are speaking in such a way, can you explain to me, Mrs. Obsessed with sex, what kind of God he promised me to have a woman, she had big breast? Why God you want to say to me the size of the breast? What for? What's happening? This is God talking? And you are saying to me, I am obsessed with sex? By reading your Quran, you just admitted that Quran is obsessed with sex. I just read the Quran. I challenge you to tell us in front of everybody, and if you want to call me, I will take your call. I will speak to you nicely. Why God, he promised me women, and you are a lady, he have big boobs. You tell me, I'm listening. I'm waiting for you, go ahead. You just say the Christian Prince is obsessed with sex. Why? I am the one who promised them women with big boobs. What does it have to do with God? How can big boobs make me a better believer? Is that will make me a big believer too? Are you there, lady? So when Muslims, they get upset for quoting their prophet, is a clear sign that they try to throw the shame of their prophet on you. This is what they do. They try to smear you, frame you. Christian Prince, he talk about sex. First of all, all men and women, God, he gave them, sexual, let us say, feeling or ability, to reproduce. The purpose was not really sex. So this is very normal for everybody. But when there's a God, he says to me, if you believe in me, speaking to men, I will give you big boobs. Okay, what is the women actually? Here in the hadith, how I'm going to find that they are even women? Big boobs. Are there those men with big boobs? And what is the connection between big boobs and God? And what the connection between the verse before it and the verse after it? Okay, he will give me a garden and there's a grape. Okay, and there's a cup. Between them there's big boobs. This is a bar. This is a bar of Allah. So you, because you are upset from me for quoting your prophet, exposing how silly he is, how filthy he is, you say to me, why, why you are obsessed with sex? Why you cannot have all your desire in heaven? So why you are saying to me a second ago, you are obsessed with sex? So the desire, okay, guys, look at this. Why you cannot have all your desire in heaven? All your desire in heaven is about sex and food and gold and silver. And you will be obsessed with sex. Why cannot you have all the desire? First of all, what is your desire as a woman? Can you show me your promise? You have a sex desire too, right? Why Allah did not promise you 72 men to have boom boom with you? Why the man will have 72 like you, at least? You will be just additional sex toy to the man. It is to motivate people. Thank you very much. Guys, did you see? Did you see what she just said? She told us the truth. It is to motivate. You are not a believer. You are a horny, hormone creature. You are like a rabbit. I put in front of you some carrot, you come to it. How you make the rabbit come to you, like how you hunt a rabbit? We have to get him some carrot and he come to it. So you are saying to me, Allah, he promised us sex because he is using our sexual desire to make us do what he wants. He did not convince us that Islam is good. He did not convince us that this God is good. He speaks to our private part, and our private part now will be motivated to follow Allah. Did you see, guys? This is Islam. You are right. This is the true Islam. And the one who mentioned Uthman, tell your sheikh, stop coming behind the burqa. The one who gave 5 to David Wood and called him bro, he was wearing burqa himself. Coward. The guy, he ate the Quran. You call him bro and you tell him give me 5? He's a coward. You don't dare to call me. And I can call him right now. Give me his Skype, I will call him. Potato. He is terrified. Muta boy. He is sharpening his penis to get ready to go to Allah. And he is afraid because he cannot say to David Wood what he said to David Wood, you don't know Arabic. He said to Anthony, oh, you don't know what al-kalam mean. And Anthony, he said to him, it's mean philosophy. He said, no. And you can go right now, you will see, search on YouTube, you will find 1,000 videos of Muslim sheikhs saying it's philosophy. He is a big fat liar. Go watch my videos and laugh. Anyway, all of you Muslims are braves, and all of you want to debate me only face to face for a very simple reason. Because you know I don't leave my computer. I here spank Allah, spank Muhammad without spending $1 for my gas. I don't go nowhere. In my comfort zone, drinking my coffee, drinking my tea, and Allah is getting spanked. You like it, you don't like it, what you can do about it. So you want to say, I challenge you face to face, I challenge you, this is garbage. Keep talking to yourself. Here we spank you. Here nobody can answer us. And the man is the one who called us. Anything else is a bunch of kids talking. Now, Allah, he promised us penises and vaginas and big breasts to motivate people in this life. But hold on. Allah cannot motivate you except he promised you a big penis. You see, the Muslims, they say Islam is a true religion. How come the Buddha, they don't promise their followers a big penis to motivate them? Buddhas, forget about the Christians. Why their God don't promise them big penis? There's a million religions on this earth. How come your religion is the only religion motivate you by a vagina and Mr. Penis? What kind of motivation this motivation is? And then he says, both men and women, show me the reward of the women. Are you there, Muslima? Show me the reward of the women where Allah, He promised you a lot of sex. I want to see it. I want to learn from you. What I know that all the sexual promises is the promises for the men. You are making things up. Then she said, what's wrong with that? Where is the dignity? See, we speak about God is a God of honor, right? Okay, so you are saying to me, Allah will fulfill all your desire. You remember the guy when he called me, he says, I said to him, the Quran says you can have whatever you wish. What if somebody wished to have a sex with Muhammad? He said, what's wrong with that? And he said, in heaven there is no sin. What you don't understand? In heaven there is no sin. I said, what about somebody want to have sex with his daughter? He said, in heaven there is no sin. So what Muslims' motivation is to believe in Allah is to be a hippie jungle. Everybody jump on everybody. Everybody having sex with everybody. This is Islam. No shame. This is the truth. What Christian they get in their heaven? I just told you. We will be the same as angels. This is because this is God. This is the holy God. There is no sex and dirt in the house of God. Our God is not a pimp like yours. How dare you? So in heaven we will be with God and we will be like angels, which means we will be free. We will be free from our needs. That is the best reward. In heaven, in Islamic heaven, you are more slave to your needs. Now you are more addicted to sex. 70 years the orgasm of the man. And if the man have 70 women, that means if he have sex with you, your next turn will be 5,040 years after. Can you believe it? If the orgasm alone is 70 years, and what kind of God, why he want to make it 70 years? I mean, does it make a difference reading 70 years so that he will give you extreme long pleasure? But you are going to have it with the second woman anyway. All your life you are doing nothing but boom boom. So if you sleep with your husband, if we can call him husband, which is funny, and then he have orgasm and it's going to take him 70 years, you have to wait 5,040 years until your next turn to come. What kind of religion this religion is? So what you would be doing, lady in the heaven Muslima? Your husband, he just finished with you, and now you are going to sit watching TV for 5,040 years, or you will be watching him doing boom boom to women. Can you tell me what you will be doing for 5,040 years? What you will be, like you have Netflix? You will be watching YouTube, I guess. Or maybe you will come to watch my channel. What is this? So what she said in the first message is very important. This is why you see those who want to do jihad like Hamas and this garbage and Hezbollah, they don't die for Allah, they die for the penis. Those mujahideen are penis worshippers. They don't worship God. They want to get the virgin to do boom boom. They don't care for God. What God, you know, because they cannot do boom boom to the God, they will do boom boom to the women. So she said the truth. It is motivation in this life. How we can make somebody go and commit suicide? How we can make him commit suicide? Boom boom. He go Allahu Akbar and he's dreaming like now Allah will make, right away when he die, Allah will make his penis will extend, and the women, they are lying up, and he enter heaven, and right away, actually there's a video by a sheikh. He is describing what will happen to the man when he enter his house in the paradise. One will suck your tongue, one will suck your nose. I'm not going to talk about the count of sucking, but it's disgusting. They will throw you on the floor, brother. And the women, they will be, it's like it's like a bunch of hyena hungry for sex, and you are a piece of meat. This is religion. And then Allah, He spent 1,000 years to soften the skin of every woman. Why? Are you alligator? Your God Allah, He never heard of something called Nivea? Go buy some Nivea. I mean, there's a machine these days, they can make concrete, which is very solid rocks, smooth like the face of a baby in 2 seconds. And your God need 1,000 years to soften your skin? What kind of God, this God? What is the name of this animal, the guy who climbed the tree? What his name? I forgot his name. Once, and the Muslim, they say that Allah, if He wants something, He say be is going to be. Your God is Mr. Koala. Or there's other one too, is even more slow. There's one that's taking forever to move around. What happened to the God if He want to change something, He can say be is going to be? It take Him 1,000 years to soften the skin of every woman. So right now Allah, He's in the shop, in His house, soften women. He put them in the table and He softened their skin. What is this? Is religion? And then Islam reduce only to sex. That is a lie. Okay, show me the promise of Allah, guys. That's a lie. Show me the promise. House made of gold and silver. In this orgasm, wine and women. All of this to service the women thing. Like when you want to have sex, what you want to do? You need to eat too, right? So all those things, you need a house, you need walls, you need a bed. So all those things is to service sex. It's a pimp house. When they build a pimp house, because simply they need a house. Right? Yeah. The Muslim who keep, they keep coming and they say chicken, chicken, chicken. My friend, do you want me to show you a hadith that your God Allah, He sat in the top of a rooster? You keep talking about chicken. Let me show you. You see, remember something. You are talking to Christian prince. Anything you say is going to be used against your first filthy God, stupid God, and your prophet. I never heard of a God. He sit over a rooster. And this rooster is so big. This rooster is extremely big. Okay, let us see. Let us show you. Let us show you what your prophet he said. What a stupid religion, man. Get ready, Abdul. You asked for it. This is the website. It's called Ad-Durar Sunniya. Durar Sunniya, which means the jewel of Sunni. A lot of jewel. Let us see the jewel. إن الله جل ذكره أذن لي أن أحدث عن ديك قد مرقت رجليه الأرض وعنقه منثن تحت العرش وهو يقول سبحانك ما أعظمك ربنا فيرد عليه ما علم ذلك من حلف بي كذبا صحيح رجاله رجال صحيح. Translation. Let me give you first the link. I will post the link so people will not say I'm making things up. And we click at Google Translation. Hold on. Translate to Google. I'm using Google Translation so you will not say I'm making things up. Allah the Exalted authorized me to speak to you about a rooster whose legs were torn up. Actually, the translation is not true. This rooster is so big to the point his feet in the ground, and his head is carrying the throne of Allah. The throne of Allah in the top of him. And then he said to Allah, this rooster, because this rooster speak Arabic too, you know. Allah, you know, the rooster and the rooster, they speak. I mean, they say things to. So the rooster, he said to Allah, "Praise be to you, Allah." And then Allah replied to him. He said, "No one know that from those who swear lying about me." So Allah, he approved what the rooster said. The rooster is a good person. This is a religion. So the one who keep talking about the chicken, your prophet is the chicken boy. Your God is a chicken. You see, there's a cowboy who jumped in the top of the horse, and your God is the cow chicken. And don't tell me it is weak. It is correct. It is sahih. It is authentic. This is religion. This is nothing but stupidity. So are you there, Mr. Chicken? I hope you are enjoying the chicken hadith. And this is the link for the hadith. In case you don't believe me, you can give it to your mom, to your daddy, or to your rooster. And may Allah and his rooster have send you more motivation. And so you can, right now you are praying to Allah, but your prayer is hitting the bum of the rooster. I never heard of a God. He is sitting on top of a rooster. I mean, how big this rooster is and where we can find him. I mean, his head is up in the heaven, touching the throne of Allah, and his legs, his feet touching the ground in the earth. Where we can find this rooster? How big he is and why he's so big, brother? Do this rooster have a girlfriend? And look, Muhammad, he says, God authorized me, brother. Yeah, authorized me to speak to you about a rooster who his feet are touching the ground and his neck is under the throne of Allah. Glory. And then the rooster, he says, glory to you, Allah. And then Allah, he says to him, tell those who lie about me, nobody say what you said, you know, which means he's saying the rooster is good, but inform those who swear using my name lying. What an amazing story. I'm convinced. I think Muhammad was trying to make a motivation here, additional to the sex, that don't you like roosters? Allah have big roosters. The biggest rooster is the roosters of Allah. So where are you, Mr. Chicken? Who is the chicken? All of you are chickens. You don't dare even to say hello to me. Because you know, whatever you say to me, I'm going to get you busted. Anything. Actually, I used always to do that. I used to say to Muslims, say to me 3 words and I will show your story. You will be ashamed of it from your book. 3 words, anything. Once a Muslim, so like I said, any 3 words? I said, any 3 words. He said, are you sure? Challenge? I said, okay. I accept the challenge. Go ahead. So the guy, he thought about it, what he would say. And he said, okay, microwave. Like, what microwave? Look, he thought about it, like, how in the world, because I told him any 3 words, give me 3 words. I will use one of them to show you a story about the Prophet. So he chose microwave. And now how a Christian prince is going to answer? I mean, microwave. You were going to find me a story about my Prophet speaking about microwave. You know? And guess what? Yes. So I get him busted. I said, okay, let us see. Let us find the hadith. He's supposed to make it impossible. You're like, okay, what, you know. So if a believer he wished, this is the microwave of Muhammad. Read with me and laugh. The microwave of Muhammad. Let us clean the screen from those lines. If the believer, when he desire a child in paradise, he shall be carried in what? In what? In what? A Muslim, do you see the word there? So if a Muslim, he desire a child, he will be bratnet. Bratnet, Muslim, they make fun when I say the word bratnet. And he will give it birth, and all will be in 1 hour. This is the microwave of Muhammad. Here we go. He challenged me. He said, give me a story about the microwave. Right? My friend, don't change my topic. I'm not here to talk about Hinduism. Here we talk about Islam. Why I want to talk about Hinduism? Somebody told you I'm here, I have a degrees in my Hinduism. I don't. I believe, all believe, any belief, beside believing in Jesus is false belief. As simple as that. If you want my answer. Any Muslim? Microwave. The microwave of Allah. And I want to know, if you became a bratnet, how you are going to deliver it? From your nose? From where the baby will come, Muslims? Like we know where the baby come in case of the women come out. In the case of you, you will give birth from where? My friend Rawa, I told you, don't ask me those questions. Here our topic is Islam. Don't repeat, don't spam it, the chat. I don't care about Hinduism. None of my business. But everything is false beside Jesus. Anything, if it's not believing in Christ, is false. As simple as that. Why you do show da'if hadith? Here we go. This is, this is what they do. Anything is embarrassing, they say it's da'if hadith. Who said to you it's da'if? Who is the donkey he said to you is da'if? Give me the name of the donkey. Is it this donkey? Which donkey he told you is da'if? Give me his name. Give me the name of the donkey who said to you this is da'if. I want to know. What is the name of this donkey who told you this is da'if? Anything they don't like is da'if. Who gave you this da'if hadith? Okay, in front of everybody, can you give me the name of the donkey who gave you the answer that is da'if? I will tell you who is the donkey in this case. It's you. Because the hadith is not da'if. Here we go. Everybody can see it. It is good. Hassan mean good. You know what Hassan in Arabic mean? Hassan mean good. Here we go. It's in front of you. Da'if, brother, da'if. Da'if hadith, da'if. You know, they sound for me when they answer me sometime, it's like somebody digging in his nose, getting a lot of boogers and telling me I'm so clean, I'm so clean. I clean myself, Who told you that I put my finger in my nose? I don't do that. And he's digging. It's da'if, Anything you show is da'if. Stupidity is amazing. So when this religion says that none of you will enter heaven unless it is a good luck. Good luck. So why this religion exists then? Because at the end of the day, it's good luck. The religion of good luck. Actually, gambling is way better than Islam, because in gambling there is like how many cards in the cards? I forgot how many cards. How many cards in the card game? So when they give the card, they separate the card. They say 4 people playing, right? So they divide the cards between 4. So the game is between 4. So your option to win is 1 to 4, correct? Is that correct? When you play the game of cards, like playing 4 as an example, your chance of winning 52. Okay, so your chance of winning is 52 to 4. With Muhammad, there is no chance. I mean, it's a, because simply Muhammad, he said in different place that this is all is about what? It's what Allah he wrote in his destiny. Destiny. You remember the hadith where Muhammad he said, hadith mean Muhammad's speech, stupid speech. When a woman, when Aisha, she said to Muhammad after attending a child funeral, an infant, she said, this infant will go to paradise because he never commits sin. He never even reached the age of sin. Muhammad, he said to her, stupid, who said that? It might be the other way. Look, Aisha, she is speaking sense. Every child is born in a state of al-fitra. Muhammad, he told him that every Muslim, he's born as a Muslim. Okay, so why he would not go to heaven? Listen carefully. Just to show you that this is just a stupid cult. Allah Messenger, Aisha, she said, after a funeral of this baby child, there is a happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise, for it commit no sin, nor has reached the age when one can commit sin. He said, Aisha, idiot, peradventure, it might be otherwise, which means he might go to hell. Can you believe that somebody is saying such a thing? If he is born as a Muslim and he did not commit sin, why he might go to hell? Somebody tell me. Any Muhammadan can tell me? If this is a person who is born as a Muslim and he is a baby and he commit no sin and he did no sin, so why he will go to hell? So playing cards is way better than being a Muslim, because it is Allah he wrote for you before he made you. Look, it says here, because God created for paradise who are fit for it while they were in their father lions. So at backbone, actually not lions. So here Muhammad saying it's not up to him to be in hell or heaven because he did not commit sin. Allah he wrote already for him before he created him where he will be. So how that can be from God? Is that fair? A baby child who commit no sin, he might go to hell. Why? So when Muhammad says none of your deed can save you, Muhammad saying the truth, that Islam is nothing but a gambling game. There's an unknown God, they call him Allah. They don't know even where he lives. They don't know even what Allah mean. They do not know how he look like. They do not know what he is made of, but they knew that he is physical shape. He have a shin, he have hands. But what his hand made of? Allahu A'lam. How his hand look like? Allahu A'lam. How his face look like? Allahu A'lam. Everything is Allahu A'lam. Anything is embarrassing or stupid is Allahu A'lam. And ask not the question. This religion, I can summarize it by one thing, which I learned from, Joe Biden. You know the thing. Anything is confusing. You know how to answer it. You know the thing. Allah knows best. You know the thing. No, there's no flip coins, because the only one who play the coins is Allah. It's not you. At least in the flip coins, it's you playing maybe. Here it's Allah. He wrote for you before he created you where you will be. So you pray, you don't pray, you convert, you don't convert, I mean, the poor Muslim, he wake up in the morning to pray to Allah. And he pray, he cursed the Christian prince, may Allah kill him, and Christian prince is getting more healthy. There's a guy in Paltalk, once he opened a chat room for me. And he cursed me. He made a chat just to pray for my death, honestly. May Allah, and the Muslims, they're like 400 of them in the chat room. Typing in the chat, I mean, he's speaking in the microphone. May Allah kill a Christian prince, Ameen. May Allah destroy his wealth, Ameen. May Allah make a truck go over him, Ameen. May Allah make a heart attack take him, Ameen. And then second day, they told me that he went to the ICU and he's dying. Second day. Looked like the prayer work in different direction. And I was laughing, but by the way, I was in the chat room saying Ameen too. I was in the chat room. And those idiots, because they are going crazy, they hate me, they don't notice I'm there. I'm typing to do, I'm typing, I mean. I mean. I say more. I mean, and then the guy continue. It's a love religion. You know, once I came from the army, I was in the army, USA Army, and you know, like you stay away from the internet because you cannot do that, going online, and there's no privacy anyway. So I came to the internet. First day I came, I opened my computer, so I went to Paltalk. And I found a chat room that says, celebrating the death of a Christian prince. Look how nice religion. The only one who celebrates the death of others is this cult, because it's evil. So I went to the admins, you know, that they have like in control. Like in YouTube, you complain. So I went there, and there's a chat room. I went to it, and I told the admin, there's a room, it's called Celebrating the Death of a Christian Prince. Is that okay in your like program? He said, so what do you mean? I said, well, there's a chat room, have my name, it says Celebrating the Death of a Christian Prince. And the stupid idiot admin, he says to me, so are you saying to me you are not dead? Can you believe it? I said, what? He said, so you are not dead? I'm talking to him by voice. I mean, have you ever heard of a donkey like this? I went there to complain that the Muslims are making a party celebrating the death of... They thought I'm dead because I did not show up for long. You know, it was funny that I came in the same day they opened that chat room, and then he said to me, "Are you saying you are not dead?" Anyway, stupidity is amazing. So Muslim is saying, you were in the Zionist USA Army that fight wars for Israel, and American pay Israel military 3 billion. Well, hold on, you know, just to show you how nice what you said. First of all, your God is a Zionist, in case you do not know. Secondly, this Zionist army is the one who protect your Kaaba, in case you do not know. It is us who protect Emirat, Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan, and Oman, and Turkey, and the list is long. So as long it's a Zionist army, why your Erdogan, he have 3 bases of us, and he have even there our nukes? And why he get paid for it? And why the Prince of Qatar, he opened the biggest base for us there? Zionist army. You see how hypocrite you are? All of you are hypocrite. Why Allah did to us to protect him from Saddam Hussein? What is the birds of Allah? When Saddam Hussein came to Kuwait and he want to invade Saudi Arabia, where is the birds of Allah? Instead of calling the birds of Allah, you call George Bush. George Bush answered the phone. Zakir Naik, he spoke to him. Mr. President, I need your help. Saddam Hussein is going to throw the Kaaba. And you know that we Muslims, we cannot fight him. George Bush, he said, who is talking? First of all, I apologize. I should introduce myself. My name is Dr. Zakir Naik, and I am a very fan of you. You are a fan of me? What do you mean? First of all, I like cowboy, and I know that you live in Texas, and I watch your movie. I love it, especially when the guy, he go on the horse, and he go after the blonde women. What blonde? What? So what do you want? Please, Mr. President, we beg you, and we kiss your tooth. Come and save us from Saddam Hussein, because he promised to destroy the Kaaba. Saddam Hussein, he want to destroy the Kaaba. What is the Kaaba? Is that like refrigerator, or is that like the big thing, the black thing, and there's people go around it like crazy? Exactly. By the way, why you do that? Mr. President, it's very too late for me to answer for you. If you want, I can invite you to go around the Kaaba. No, sorry, I cannot. I saw a guy yesterday, he was drunk and he was going around himself, and that's not fun. Okay, well, anyway, I will check it out and see how I can protect you. So the hypocrisy is amazing. They say the Zionist army, and then they kiss the shoes of the Zionist army to protect them and to protect their Kaaba. Almost every single country in the world, from the Muslims, they have American base. And they receive even aid from us. Even those Palestinians, you call them, they receive aid from us. Do you know that? Hypocrites. In the top of that, as long you mention Mr. Zionist, don't you know that your God is a Zionist? And your God himself, he said, I'm going to gather them from all around the world, copying the Old Testament, trying to be a prophet, supposedly. The Jews will come. Allah is gathering. The Quran says that Allah will gather them from around the world. Chapter 17, verse 104. Are you saying to me that Allah is a Zionist? Saddam Hussein was the best for Iraq. My friend, this country is messed up. What Saddam Hussein? Saddam Hussein was killing them. He was a dictator, a criminal, you know, to control the criminals. But now the difference is, now you have million criminals. Before there's only one. It's the same garbage. Are you there? Was your God at the Zionist too when he promised that the Jews will come from around the earth and they will take back their land? It's in front of you. Was Allah a Zionist when he said in the Quran, all my people entered the Holy Land and killed the Palestinian? By the way, he did not say the Palestinian, he forgot it. Have you ever heard of a God, he ordered the Jews to kill the people who live there? It's your God who did that. Chapter 5, verse number 21. All my people entered the Holy Land, between two brackets, what? Palestine? Look, 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 look. This is your translation, sister. Allah, he ordered the Moshe, the Jews. Moshe, he called Jack Shalom. Jack Shalom. Allah, he told me, Habibi, we have to enter now Palestine. Jack Shalom, he said to Moses, Habibi, Moshe, we cannot enter the Palestine. Those people are tall. By the way, Palestinians, they were tall. What happened? Yasser Arafat is not even 5 foot. This is why, like the king of Jordan, he wear like high heels, like, to make him look. After the high heels, he look 5 foot. Those are the Palestinians. What happened? You are not Palestinians. You are in vision. So, Allah, he told Moses to invade that land, and he forgot to mention the word Palestine. There's nowhere in the Quran it says Palestine. And he told him to kill everybody there. And he warned him not to turn his back and not to leave the ground. And he make it a ground, holy ground, assigned to the Jews. The verse in front of you. Do you see it? Do you see it? Arun Roger, he is the creator. Yeah, who is talking? Allah is talking. He's saying he is the creator. That's weird. Any Muslim? So you know what the Muslim they do? They accuse others of being whatever, when the fact all of us we knew that their land. Who remember the hadith we just mentioned to you that, yes, 2 days ago, that who is the one who built the temple, Al-Aqsa mosque? They call it Aqsa, right? Anyone remember the hadith? Who remember it? Does it say in the hadith that after David he finished, sorry, Solomon, he finished the temple, which is Baytul Maqdis, which is Al-Aqsa? In your book it says that the one who built that mosque, it wasn't a mosque, it was a temple of the Jews. It was David. David, in your books, in your stupid book, who is saying that? Even your books witness that this is the land of the Jews. And look, they are trying to change my topic, but it's okay. We have enough spanking. No problema. If the admin, they have that hadith posted for the people, so they can open it and they can save it about David building the temple. Stupidity is amazing. Stupidity is amazing. Anyway, we made many videos about them already. Go watch them. You are late. It sounds like you were, you were asleep. Reaction? What reaction? There's no debate in there. It's just a bunch of kids talking. With my respect to David Wood and and those guys, I mean, it's a kids philosophy. You see, Never waste your time in such a conversation. You know, it's like a tree. So you are saying, what is this about? Hit him with something real. If Allah is 1 or 10, who care? It's silly conversation. You know, those people, they like philosophy. I don't like that. I don't like the way they do like argument. It's like a, you know, a Platon coffee shop. You know what I mean? Like the first he says, is the door square? The other guy, he says, I think it's a square but less 2 centimeter. And then the other guy, he says, if it is less 2 centimeter, that's mean it's a square, but it is suffering from a defect. The other person, he said, define defect. And now they forgot about the door, and now they are debating about the word defect. And then he says to him, defect mean something is not perfectly made. And then the other guy says to him, oh, so you are saying to me this door is not God. The other guy, he says, oh, speaking about God, there's so much connection between God and door, because door is the same as God, is the way to go. This is silly talk, you know. It's like people, they have luxury of time, they want to kill it. This is not a debate. This is a bunch of kids talking. I don't know that some people, they will say you are calling them kids. All of them are kids. The sheikh is a kid. All of them are. This is kids talk. Who care if you believe that Trinity is right or wrong? The question is your God stupid or not? Correct, people? If there's a Hindu, he believes in 3 million God, and then he proved that they are exist, who care then? That means they exist. And you don't decide how God will be. If God is exist, he decides how he is, not you. Did the Muslim decide how Allah will look like? No. Did he decide that he have no son? No, he said that. So if he say I have a son, they will say yes. Very simple. The argument is foolish. The debaters are a bunch of kids, and there's no debate in the debate. And you will notice all the Muslims want to talk about only this topic, Trinity and oneness of Allah. Actually, the second you say oneness of Allah, you just said Allah is not one. Because how you do Tawheed? Tawheed in Arabic mean unification. Does not mean one. So, if you want to debate about something, the debate should be, is this God is God? He is 1, he is 2, he is 4, he is 7. I cannot tell God how to be. You see, the Greek, they have ancient gods. If they are true, they are true. You know what I mean? They have Venus, they have whatever. Okay, if Venus was God, then she was God. So, instead of wasting your time talking about if it is 1 or 2, what about let us examine this God and see if he exists anyway? You know what I mean? This is why, for me, I hit the head of the snake. The rest, they go after the tail. This is why it's a waste of time, and it doesn't look good. Doesn't prove that even you're smart. If you're trying to prove to me you are smart when you speak about, you know, like mythology and, you know, who cares those things? I mean, this is silly. Here we go. I can prove that Allah is false. He is 1, he is 2, who care? In 2 seconds. In 2 seconds. A God who said that there's a king who died and he was standing for 1 year holding a stick. Obviously, it's a lie. It's a joke. A God who says that there's a flying carpet. A genie who was controlled by the ring. Do I need more? Suleiman, he went to the bathroom, he took off his ring, and then he gave it to his wife, and then the shaitan came in the face or the look of Solomon, and he told the wife, give me the ring of Solomon, and the stupid woman, she gave him the ring, and he became the king. This is God. So he is 1, he is 2, he is 7, who care? Silly people. Do you agree with me? This is silly conversation. There's no point of this. But you know, when somebody, you know, he want to like practice, some people, they practice, let us say, skills of talk. to prove that they have it. But there's no point of it. Chapter 34, verse number 14 is enough to prove to you that Allah is a joke. Then, when he decreed death for him, Solomon, nothing informed them, the genie, of his death, except the little worm and the earth. Like, what a story. Which kept grounding away his stick. So when he fell down, the jinn saw clearly that if they had known the unseen. Like, what the heck? And why Allah did that? Allah don't want them, brother, to know that he is dead until they finish the building. Look at this deceiver. Can't you delay the death of Solomon 6 months until they finish, or a year? Can you believe such a stupid? So they go, okay, how you Allah is one? Your God is a Trinity. How you believe in that? And it's stupid talk. So it's honestly stupid talk. You see, until now, all what I do, I'm trying to train the Christians how to debate Muslims. But there's some people, they are so proud, they think they are like, they don't need a trainer of anyone. They do not need to learn from anyone. Me, myself, I learn from others. Humbly, I learn. All of us, we have to learn. All of us, we have to learn. I cannot be today who I am if I did not learn from others, correct? Anyone who says to you, he's born, he learned, he knew, he's born genius, he's a liar. So there's people who they are humble, and they listen and they learn from the experience of others. And this is how your knowledge grows. And then you take the knowledge, and then God, he gave you a gift. Use your gift to reuse the knowledge they share with you. You know, we take knowledge from people before us, and before us, and before us. And then God, he gave us a gift. And then if you are a person who is gifted really, then you cook it in your own recipe. The same material they gave you, and you make it something even nicer. So don't waste your time discussing stupid topics. Be smart. Who teach you to hate Islam? Your Prophet. Thank you for the question. Who teach you to hate Islam? You're a prophet. He says he will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians. So Allah, he said, I am the hate vendor, and I'm going to make a Christian prince hate Islam. And just to show you how stupid what you said, which is a proof that Muslims, they have no idea. You know, when a guy, his wife is cheating on him, sleeping with the whole town, and he is the last one to know, that is you. You have no idea. Isn't it your God, he says, that everything you say and everything you do is written for you by Allah? Let me show you. Idiot. Adam and Moses, they have a debate, which is very funny. I mean, how Adam, he met Moses, I don't know. Don't ask Muhammad. Muhammad, he can bring you from, he have a time machine. So Adam and Moses, they have a debate. And Moses, he said to Adam, you stupid Adam, because of you we are out of heaven. You know, because of you we are out of heaven. Adam, you see, this is all Sahih Hadith in front of you, so they cannot say it's weak. This is Sahih Bukhari, as you see. So Adam, he said to him, are you blaming me for something they create for me? 40 years before Allah, he created me. We are talking about the sin of Adam. It turned out to be that even Adam, when he commits sin, he did not commit sin. It was Allah. He wrote for him to do that. And Adam was just an actor. He is following the script. Do you see it? All of this hadith is authentic hadith. He wrote that for me 40 years before my creation. So are you blaming me for something Allah, he wrote for me 40 years before my creation? The Prophet said, Adam, and Moses argued with each other. Moses says to Adam, "O Adam, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of paradise." Then Adam said to him, "O Moses, Habibi Moshe, Allah, He favored you and He talked to you directly, talon talalam, and then He wrote the Torah for you with His own hand." The Muslim, by the way, believe that God did not give Moses the Ten Commandments. God gave him a book, it's called Torah. All the Torah is written by Allah. All the Torah. On the rocks. So imagine how many trucks Moses he need. All the Torah written on rocks. True story. Okay, and he talked to you directly. Do you blame me for an action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation? And then what Adam he said? What Muhammad he said? He said, so Adam confuted Moses. Adam confuted Moses 3 times as usual. Muhammad is Trinity guy. Do you see it? Salat, man, why you change the topic in speed of light? You know, there's one thing about Muslims. The second you show them something embarrassing, they are the fastest, slippery people. They paint themselves with oil. You just mentioned to me something and I'm answering you. And right away, I'm not even finished. Did Jesus says, I am 3, worship me? Huh? Does he say that? Like he got me busted now. Did he say that? Look, we are showing you the stupidity of your hadith. How Moses is a victim of Allah, which means all what we see is stupid. Because if Allah is the one who made Adam commit sin, and Allah is the one who made me commit sin, and Allah is the one who made you commit sin, so why you are going to be punished for your sin, idiot? Your God is mentally crazy person. So Allah, He make you do sin, and then He punish you. He kick you out of heaven for committing sin, but He is the one who made you do sin. I mean, can you find more stupid religion? And then the guy in the video, he says to you, none of you will save him his deed. What deed, you idiot? Even your sin is not your sin. According to the stupid Muhammad, even prostitution is not yours. Even prostitution is not something you do. Even fornication is not something you did. It's Allah, He decide for you. You remember the woman who called the sheikh, she said to him, I became over 30, I'm afraid nobody will marry me. So the sheikh, he says to her, don't worry, be happy. Allah, Prophet, he said that it is written over every woman vagina, the name of the men, they will F her. Which means it's a fate. It's a fate if you are going to get married or not. Nobody can change it. Don't even worry about it. So now she went to bed and she is, okay, I feel better now. It's written over my vagina, the name of the men, they will do boom boom to me. This is religion. So, verily Allah has fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in, and which he of necessity must commit. It's not a choice. You have to do. And who is the one who decides? Allah. So, when they say in those videos and they are so excited, do you know the Prophet? He was the best of mankind. The Prophet, I mean, the guy, he was going crazy, man. Almost he have a diarrhea. Almost his testicles is coming out from his eyes. I mean, are you okay?
People now, they worship their mashaykh. 100%, brother. This guy's from Firdaus al-A'la.
Yeah.
The Prophet of Allah saying to Sahaba, none of you will enter Jannah through your actions. None. So they asked the Prophet of Allah, even you? He says, yeah, even me. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest mujahid was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The greatest teacher was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest father was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest husband was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest mercy to humanity was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest abid to ever worship Allah Azza wa Jal was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest messenger to ever walk the earth was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest prophet to ever receive revelation was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest creation that Allah ever created was Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And he says, even me.
What the heck? This is very shitty, my friend. Excuse my language. So all this shit you count for us to say even me? Why don't say it from the beginning? The greatest stupid, the greatest donkey, the greatest killer, the greatest child molester, the greatest liar. The greatest, he is the greatest. And like, you know, they act, you know, they want to show you that they are true believers. This is an act, by the way. I mean, why you are doing this? I mean, you cannot say the same story without making this act. It's an act to show you a believer, so people, they will like, oh, he's a good believer, brother. But you just said your prophet is a donkey. So all what you count that he's the greatest, it's going to be nothing, because even me. So all this is my prophet is the greatest, so even me. So nothing. So that you just said to us, he's not a great. You just convinced us that Muhammad is a great in nothing, because even me. So he was a great in what? He's great in what? If even me. So even Muhammad, he is not granted to go to heaven. Unless Allah, he reward me with his mercy. What does that mean? If we go in the Quran, we will find something about that. And look at this idiot. You know, this is how they fool people. They make them believe that they are like a very, very true believers. Read with me in love. Chapter 48, verse number 2. That Allah may forgive your sin. Who? Muhammad. Allah saying to Muhammad, may Allah forgive your sin. Have you ever heard of such a stupid thing? How Allah, he's saying, may Allah forgive your sin. He is not sure, he is not Allah. Who is talking? Do you see it? So my friend, Islam confirmed that it's a stupid cult. As we showed you, the baby might go to hell because it's a destiny. Adam, he did not commit sin, it was destiny. Eve did not commit sin, it was a destiny. Fornication is not to committing sin, it's a destiny. Christian Prince right now is speaking to you, it's a destiny. Allah, he wrote for me even what I will say. This is what Islam believes. There is a video, let me see if I can find it, for Mufti Monk, the monk? Yeah, Monk, I think they call him. Mink, sorry, not Monk. Mufti Mink. And this video, he speak about destiny. But I'm not sure which one. I mean, which video is the one he speak about? Let me see. When you hear it, you will die laughing. Let us see this one. In the womb of your mother. In the womb of your mother. Okay, what happened in the womb of your mother? I did not watch this video before, but I guarantee you it's going to be stupid, as usual. Because nothing come out of Islam except stupidity. So I do not even need to see before what I watch it. I guarantee you stupidity. Here we go.
40 days of fluid. Then a clot. Then he is a clot for a similar period of time. مثل ذلك. مثل ذلك means for a similar time. So 40 days a liquid, 40 days a clot. So it starts getting a little bit harder, it becomes a bit solidified, it becomes slightly more, with slightly more, what can we use, what word can we use?
You see, when a liar, he do not know what to say. The first of all, 40 days as a sperm, you're a liar, not liquid. It says nitaf. Have you ever heard of a scientist agree that a sperm stay inside the women alive for 40 days? And then you will be another 40 days for a congealed dead blood. And then Allah will write your destiny. I want to go to the destiny part. I don't care for this now. Let us see when he speak about the destiny.
Third 40 days.
So the total is 40 days, 40 days, 40 days. Total is 120 days, the baby is done. 3 days, third 40 days. All of he's stuck with number 40. Everything is 40 days. Alibaba and the 40 thief. Let us see if he would talk about the destiny. I want the destiny part. When the angel come, I'll write your destiny.
Amazing.
It's amazing for sure.
To blow the soul.
Okay, go, move. Abdul the liar.
How they will earn it, what they will spend.
Here we go. Listen carefully. Here is the part you want.
The sustenance of this person
Hold on.
is written at that time. What they will earn.
What?
The rizq, the sustenance of this person is issued an instruction of 4 words. What are these 4 instructions? Extremely important. The first is the rizq, the sustenance of this person.
Allah will decide to you, you are now in the mother of your womb, what you will earn. So you work, you don't work, you stupid idiot, don't do that. Allah, He wrote for you how much money you will have. Don't even try. It's written there before He, somebody, Allah, He wrote for him, he will be rich like Bill Gates. Someone here said to him, you will be like Christian Prince, he have like a very old car. Allah, He wrote that for me. And even He put my car number there. I promise you that. Allahu Akbar. Okay.
Is written at that time. What they will earn, how they will earn it, what they will spend, etc. The rizq, the sustenance. The exact details, the finer details, perhaps they may come in later on in life. Like I said, this is the foundation of that particular decree, those things that will not change, the exact amount of your rizq, your sustenance. Now, rizq is a very broad term. It does not only include money. Some people think rizq means that which is material. Sometimes this rizq is misunderstood. It actually includes everything that's going to come to you, all the goodness that will come to you. And it's brought to you in different ways by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The sustenance, you will never die until you complete the last morsel that was written for you.
Do you see?
And you need to understand this. If a grain of rice was written for you and you did not get it, you won't die until you have it.
Exactly.
So the first thing that is written is the rizq, the sustenance. The second thing that is written is the ajal. Ajal meaning the time, the date of death of that particular person, the exact time of death, the moment of death. So you're not yet born into the world, but at that stage it's already decreed when exactly you're going to leave the world once again. And then the deeds of the person.
This is what we want. Did you see? Allah is the one who write for you the deeds. If you will be a person who pray or not, if you will be a person who give charity or not, or you will do jihad or not, or you will rape or not. So you don't do good deeds. It's Allah who decide. Do you see the stupidity, guys? You see, I never watched this video before, but I know it's going to be there. Allah, He writes your deeds. What a stupid religion. So now Christian Prince, he opened his program. It's written there, Christian Prince. He will go in YouTube. Allah, He knew about YouTube too. He is all-knowing. Come on. So Allah write for you your bad deeds and good deeds. Tell us more.
Once again. And then the deeds of the person, the general deeds. This is very interesting, the actions of this person. What are they going to do? It's just written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Amazing. And thereafter, one of the very interesting points is whether the person is going to be unhappy or happy, or fortunate, unfortunate. Maybe we can use the word wretched.
Are you a happy person? Who is here unhappy? Who is here unhappy? Who is here he think that his wife, she is not making him happy? Who is of you is not happy with his marriage? Brother, Allah, he wrote for you that. Who is of you here sad? Brother, Allah, he made you sad. Who is here is so happy? Allah made you happy. He wrote for you, you will be happy or sad, that's it. So if a guy, he go to party every day, Allah, he wrote for him, shake it, bake it, bake it. I mean, this is religion. So why I will be judged about anything? This is a program, insect. According to Islam, each one of us is programmed. And you will do exactly as it is written. So we are not one creation. And then Allah, he created us and he say, be good. No. Allah, he created each individual and he put the software inside. And you cannot change it. What kind of religion is religion? So the guy is saying to you, has deed, and even the deed of the deed. I mean, the deed. What deed, you idiot? When you said the Prophet was the best, it was written to be. Which means he have nothing to be proud about. If Allah, he made him a prophet, it was a deed. It was written by Allah. If he was the greatest, let us say, as you claim, warrior, it was written by Allah. If he was the greatest child molester, it's written by Allah. So he was a great in what? If this is all written by Allah. Do you see the stupidity? This is the most stupid cult. Do we have any Muslim here have anything to say? That means everything happened to you. It's not your fault. If somebody kills somebody, take this video to the judge. Tell him it's what destiny. What's my fault? Actually, Mufti Monk himself, he said in a different video that somebody, he killed somebody. He told the Caliphate, it was destined for me. No, actually, what it was, not killing. I mean, he did something wrong. So the Muslim, he says to him, it was destined for me to do this. And then the Caliphate, he says, it is destined to me to kill you. Can you believe it? The guy, he said to him, Caliphate, why you wanna punish me when it was destined for me to do this? Then the Caliphate, he says, it was destined to me to kill you. Do you see the stupidity? And this is something Mufti Monk himself, he said, but I don't know, remember the name of the video. This is a religion? It was destined for me to kill you? Do we have any Muslim here want to say anything?
And or following goodness, happy. So shaqiyun am sa'id, whether they're going to be unhappy or happy.
What's wrong with this God? Why does God want to write for me to be happy or unhappy? What's wrong with you? There's no freedom at all. I mean, even happy or not happy is not up to you. Allah, he wrote for you, you will be okay. Have fun now. It was your lucky day. Allah wrote for you not to be happy. This is religion. So Allah wrote for you, you will be a person who sleep around. Allah wrote for you, do drugs. Allah wrote for you to be killer. Allah wrote for you to be a rapist. Allah wrote for you to be a good person. Allah wrote for you to be happy. Allah wrote for you to be sad. Allah wrote for you to be rich. Allah wrote for you to be poor. What is this? This is the stupidity itself. And then they come to you and says Islam is an amazing religion, bro. For sure it's amazing. Look at the stupidity. You just told me there's no point of this religion, which means I pray or not. And then Muhammad, he made it even more clear in this hadith where he said that what's written by Allah will take over at the end of the day. You remember the hadith, we mentioned it many times, that the person who do the deeds of people of fire, hellfire, then he go to heaven, and the one who do the deeds of heaven, he go to fire. Why? Because the deeds of Allah will proceed, what Allah wrote will proceed. This is the hadith in front of you. It's not what you do, it's what's written for you. Muhammad, he says, and by Allah, a person among you may do the deeds of people of fire till there is only one cubit and arm beneath the distance between him and fire. But then what is written by Allah, written by the angel, as the Sheikh was talking, proceed, and he does the deeds of people of paradise and he enter it. So it's not you. Gambling is better. At least in gambling, you know, you might get a chance to win. Any Muslim? Any Abdul? What this religion is about? So you worship, you don't worship, you convert, you don't convert, you become a Muslim, you are a Hindu. It doesn't matter, it's written already. Why there is a Hindu? Allah wrote for them to be Hindus. This is what he's saying. Why there is some people, they are Christians? Allah wrote for them to be Christians. So why you are going to punish them? How far stupidity can go? Batman, he's saying to me, you are a fool. Batman, you are talking to me, my friend. Why I'm a fool? Why you pray? Your prophet, he just said, it's what Allah, he wrote for you, will decide where you will go. It's not your prayer. It's not your deed. It's not your act. It's not your work. It's destiny. Who is the fool? According to your God, even when you say to me, fool, it's Allah who made you say it. Even the Quran says, anything bad or good happen to you is Allah, he decided for you. This is why the Muslims, when something bad happened to them, they say, Alhamdulillah. Why? Because Allah wrote for them. They cannot say and not thanks to Allah, because he might even make it go aggressive on them. They have to thank Allah, because Allah is the one who made the bad things happen. Chapter 57, as an example, verse number 22. No bad things happen to you in life and in earth, except it is inscribed in the book of Allah, the book of decree. Do you see it? Do you see it? Your wife, she cheat on you. Who made her cheat? Is it your wife? Is your wife the bad person? No. Allah, he decided that your wife, she will cheat on you. A husband, he cheat on the wife. Is he bad? No. According to the Quran, it's Allah, he decided that your husband will cheat on you. It's written there. Anything bad happen to you in your life, it is written by Allah. It's a decree, as you see, in the book of decree. If somebody rape you, why he rape you? Allah, he decide that this man will rape you. If somebody kill you, why he killed you? Allah, he wrote in the inscribed in the book of decrees that this man should kill you. What kind of religion this religion is? That's mean all the evil in this earth is nothing but a movie, and Allah is the author of this movie. He told people to kill each other, to eat each other alive. Child molesters, rapists, criminals, thieves, drugs. Right? Is this a Christian prince who's afraid? Yeah, my friend, we are afraid. You see, I am farting at Allah. I will be afraid from this kid. This kid, they went to him, and David Wood, he is the one who ate the Quran, and he called him bro. Your kid, he wore a burqa, he became like a woman in front of him. And instead of saying to him, shame on you, the one who ate the Quran, he said to him, mashallah, you are 6 foot tall. He like men, they are tall. And he told him, give me 5. This is the guy you are talking about. This guy is a shame. He's a potato. Son of Muta. You don't dare to call me. This is the whole story. I don't go with David Wood anyway. I don't even know them. Who is David Wood and who is? I don't know them. David Wood. But have you ever heard of a sheikh? He said to a Christian man, supposedly, and he ate the Quran. He called him bro and he gave him 5 and he said to him, mashallah, you are 6 foot tall. What kind of sheikh this sheikh is? Isn't the Quran says, take not Christians and Jews as a friend? So you call him not friends, you call him bro. Who is the one who wore a burqa? He became like a woman in front. He was scared. Why you are calling them bro? Is that halal in Islam to call me bro? Coward, because he was scared, terrified. He was doing poo-poo in his pants, and he have 2 guys behind him to protect him. Maybe he thought that David Wood is going to eat him the same as he ate the Quran. This is the guy? Yeah, this is me, my friend. The one who all of you Muslims don't dare even to say hello to me. The one who make tens of thousands of Muslims leave the cult of Muhammad. What you can do about it? It's me. One-man army. Inshallah, you are 6 foot tall. I never heard of a man who flirted with a man about how tall he is. You like tall guys, don't you? The guy, he ate the Quran for the sake of shame of Allah. Shame on you. And you call him bro and you joke with them. And suddenly he became so friendly. Why? Because he's a potato. I will never call them bro, somebody insulting Jesus. I will never give them 5. What a shame. Anyway. And by the way, until now, David Wood, I asked him a question, but I did not ask him directly. I don't talk to him really. When he ate the Quran, it was easy to go to the bathroom, or it took time? He did not give us details about what happened after. Like, according to what topic we are saying, David Wood, he ate the Quran and he made the Quran poo-poo. It is written by Allah. You see, it fit perfectly with our topic. As long Allah, he wrote for you everything you do. Who is the one who made David Wood eat the Quran? Allah. And then when David Wood ate the Quran, where the Quran came out from? The Holy Quran. I'm waiting for the answer. Did Allah prevent it from coming from that place? You know, there's a hadith about a guy, he made fun of the miswak. Miswak is like a root of a tree Muhammad he used to use for his teeth, to clean his teeth supposedly. And he made fun of the miswak, and he put the miswak in his anus. Look at the stupid, trashy religion. So Allah, he punished him, and he made him give birth to a rat. Just because he made fun of the miswak, Allah, he made him give birth to a rat, and then after he gave birth to the rat, he died. With this guy, he ate the Quran. The guy, not his wife, the guy, he gave birth to a rat. So Allah will do that to a person who made fun of a miswak. It's a piece of a stick. It's a stick. It's a root of the ground. It's not something holy. Just because he made fun of this, Allah, he made him give birth to a rat. And the one who ate the Quran, page after page, he did not eat maybe for a week, this guy. I don't know what's wrong with this, David. I mean, come on, David. Eat salad, eat something. What's wrong with this guy? I cannot let him stay in my library. I might come back, and because all my library is Islamic books, I cannot leave David in the room alone. He will read all the Islamic books, starting from the Quran. You cannot trust this guy to be with the books alone, Islamic books specifically. Like, hey David, what is the books? I ate them. Like, what? And what is the Quran? I ate it. What about the cover? I ate it. The cover, I ate the cover. How you can eat the cover? I put it in water. It became soft and I ate it. But are you okay? I'm very good. Like, do you have like a pain in the stomach because there's ink? It was tasty. It was inky. So you talk about your man. Here we go. The guy, he ate your Quran, you call him bro, and you give him 5. We will make that will make it a joke for the rest of your life. I ate it. But anyway, you see, when you debate with those Abdul, don't do what, you know, I'm not going to speak negative about what how Anthony Roger and David Wood debate. This is their way. They are free to do as they wish. But don't waste your time speaking about how Allah, nature is, and who cares? Hit them. Look at this Quran. Hit with something serious. If Allah made from silicone or he made it from zucchini, who cares? Hit with something serious. This is what Allah said. Let us laugh at it. That will hurt. And then you ask him, and then he says to you, Allah is like a tree. Who cares about these things? This is just a opinion. Anyone can. There's nothing to prove wrong or right there. Opinion. You want to debate me about philosophy? You know, there's something unique about philosophy. That there's people who use philosophy to come to a conclusion, and there's people that use philosophy to be philosophers. You know what I mean? Like, the target is not reaching a point. The target is to practice skills of talk. That is not really what we need. A conversation should have, a purpose. Farhan Al-Hader, he's saying, will you condemn your Catholic brother for praying to dead saints? That's a good question. That is a good question. But let us see how long it's going to take him before he changes the topic. Because the second we start answering him and we show him how we spank him, he will change the topic, he will pose a different question right away. So Farhan, be a man. Do you like to call me? Because first of all, it is you Muslims who pray to the dead man. Muhammad is dead. And you Muslims says, Salli ala nabi, Allahumma salli ala nabi. You stupid, how dare you even to say that? You Muslims, all of you, you pray on Muhammad and he is dead. Secondly, according to us, when Jesus was resurrected, thousands of saints, they were resurrected with him, which means they are alive. So who told you they are dead? Idiot. So what we prove now? It is you who pray for the dead man Muhammad, not us. Now he will change the question, he will change the topic, he will flip-flap like he's a prophet. Aren't you Muslims? I mean, those people are blind. I don't know. This guy, you see, I see them sometimes when they grab questions, they don't grab it from their head, they grab it from their anus. Excuse my language. This is the question is not coming from his head, it's coming from his anus. They do poo-poo. They don't think. Isn't it you every day say Sallallahu Salli ala Nabi, Allahumma Salli alayhi wa ala alihi. All of them, they are dead. Pray on him and his, and Mimi Hijab, he says, pray for him, not to him. Pray on him. Isn't you Muslims, you ask the Prophet to intercede for you and he is dead? Isn't it you Muslim believe that even your prayer, normal prayer to Allah, it goes to Muhammad? Why? He's God. Who is your God? Read and laugh. Among the most excellent of your days is a Friday, so invoke many blessings on me. The guy is dead. Have you ever heard of a person, he received a blessing and he's dead? Isn't it your Muslim belief that after you died, there's no good deed or bad deed can count for you because you are dead? So invoke a blessing for me. He's dead. And then he continues saying, and by the way, it doesn't say invoke blessing on me, it says pray on me. And then he continues saying, how can our prayer, you know, and he said, because your prayer, not blessing, will be submitted to me. So they said to him, how our prayer will be submitted to you and you will be dead? He said, oh, we Prophet, Allah will not allow our body to be decayed. And then Muhammad, he died, and then the hadith says he stink and his belly was full of fart. Right? Allah's SWT wills him that ability. So now he have a special ability. Yeah, stupid idiot. You made him God. Because the prayer should go to God, not to a man. Those who pray and their prayer go to a man, obviously that man is their God. Let us see your other stupid question. Let us see if it's coming from your head or from your anus, as usual. Allah is AW2 with him ability. Now answer me this. If your God is a 3, why isn't in your book? First of all, my God is not a 3, you idiot. My God is 1. Oh, you Israel, your God is 1. This is what the Bible says. So you are stupid again, like your prophet. Secondly, we Christian, we believe in the Trinity, not in 3 gods. So when you say it's not in the Bible, that's because you are ignorant donkey like your prophet. It is in my book. From the book of Genesis, God and his spirit. God and his spirit. This is what? This is God the Father. And then what? The Spirit. And then God, he came to Abraham. And Jesus said, before Abraham I am. They said to him, how before Abraham you are, and you are not even 50 years old? He says, truly, truly, I say to you, Abraham, he rejoiced when he saw my day. And before Abraham. So Jesus confirmed that Abraham, he saw him. Abraham, he rejoiced for him. Abraham, and then the Bible confirmed to us again, in many places, that God the Father, he said, this is my only begotten Son. So God the Spirit, God the Father, God the Holy Spirit, God the Son. So the word Tawheed in the Quran does not exist. The word Trinity in the Bible does not exist. But God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit is exist. So we do not need, Trinity is just to summarize what we believe. Trinity is a word, came after to tell what the Christians, they believe. So we believe in Trinity. We don't believe that God is one person. We believe in one God, but he is a 3-person. This is what Trinity means. Same as you. You as a Muslim, we ask him what you believe in. You say Tawheed, but we cannot find the word Tawheed in the Quran. Nowhere. And Tawheed is a wrong word, because Tawheed means unification. You can go right now, open Google Translation, and paste the word Tawheed, and you will see it says unification. Right? Any Muslim? Like where in the Quran your God, he says to you, pray 5 times? Nowhere. It says a 3. You say 5. How you say that? You say it's a conclusion. Where in the Quran it says that Allah, he said that the Holy Spirit is Jibreel? Nowhere. So how it became Jibreel? You say it's a conclusion. So if you want an exact word saying exact certain words, we don't design our belief to you as you wish, and you should ask yourself the same question. Where Allah, he said that I am not made from concrete or silicon? He did not. Right? So what do? Allah is made from what? So you know that there's a God, he is a physical, you know he have a hand, he have a foot. And then when we ask you, he is made from what, you do not know. Okay, is Allah is one what? You say one God. There's two God? When you say one God. If there's one God, this means there's two gods too, and three gods, because you just said one God. So for us, when we say we believe in one God, that it makes sense. Because the one here present the unity of the three-person. Your God is not a three-person. So why you are using the word one? Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? If I say one tree, that means there's many trees. And I said one to tell you about the number. Right? If there's only one tree anyway, the word one make no sense. Because simply, there's only one tree anyway. There's no need to count. Like, how many computers you have? You say, I have a 3. Okay, because it's possible to have many computers. But if there's only one computer in this earth, you say, where is the computer? Not how many computers. So a Muslim, you know, he tried to be a person of logic, but he is the last one to speak about logic. Answer me this: was your God limited as a human? Well, let us see who is limited. That's a good question. This question is not coming from your anus; it's coming from your nose. Let us analyze this question. Thank you, Farhan, for being here. I really appreciate your stupidity. I don't know how many Muslims will leave Islam because of you now. So look at this. Watch, Farhan, your question and how this question will help us. Answer me this: was your God limited as a human? Is Jesus lesser being than the Father? You know, the Bible says, for God he humbled himself, so he came in the flesh of a man. So he is not limited, but he is humble, and there's a huge difference. So if I say, if I go with you, was Allah limited, or is he limited when he comes every night in the third part of the night to the lowest heaven, says, who is worshiping me? Who is praying for me? Who is supplicating? So let us see now how the word limited will help me and help you. Obviously, the word limited means that he is not God if he is limited. Correct? It is your God who is limited, because Jesus, as a man, still he can walk in water, still he can control nature, still he can resurrect people from death, and still he can feed thousands of people, and all those stories exist in your Quran and your Hadith. He can make the blind see. He can make the one who cannot walk. He can tell you what you hide in your houses. So who is the limited? In the same time, if we question your God limitation, we will find there's endless. As an example, can your God have a son without having a wife? The Quran says no, he cannot. Allah, he says, how I can have a son and I don't have a girlfriend? Who said that? Not me. Allah said that. Allah is limited. So if Allah is really the Almighty God, he do not need a wife in order to have a son, because he is Almighty God, supposedly, and Almighty is a title is given to someone is Almighty, not to someone is limited. Do you see, guys? Now, was Jesus limited? In what? He forgives sin. Christians, is it true that Jesus, he said to the Jews, which one is easier, to say, go and your sin is forgiven, or to say to him, your sin is forgiven and carry your bed, or carry your bed and walk? Where is the limitation of Jesus? Your God, he cannot have a son unless he have a wife. Your God, he said to Muhammad, may Allah forgive your sin. Who is talking to who? Allah is asking Allah to forgive sin. Jesus, he forgive the sin of the man immediately. He did not say me. So the one is limited is your God. And you know, when the Muslim, they ask this question, by the way, this question is very useful for us. It shows you how limited their understanding of God. Because Muslim, they think that if God, he come as a human, he lost his godless power. That's perfect. That means your God cannot be God anyway. Because if God will lose his power just because he took a form of a human, that means he is limited to be a human. He cannot be a human. My God, he can be a human and still he's God. Your God cannot. It's like, you know, let us say, you know, maybe the description is not in the right place, but just to make it simple for somebody. If I say to you, there's two people, let us make it two people. One, he can do 1,000 things, and one, he can do only 10 things. Obviously, which one of them is more powerful? The answer is the one who can do 1,000 things. So you Muslim, you believe that your God is limited to a certain place, certain shape, certain location to be God. My God is not. People, are you getting my point? You Muslim, you believe if Allah come as a man, he loses his power. We Christian, we believe how God can even be a God or God if he loses his power, because God should not lose his power anyway. He's all powerful all the time. So your question is very helpful for us because it proves Islam to be a false cult. Your God, he said to Muhammad 3 times, read. Still Muhammad didn't eat it. He did not know how to read. Jesus, he said to the blind man, see, he saw. The guy cannot walk, he walked. He blessed the bread, he feed thousands. That is my Jesus. Who is your God? Your God, he could not even read. Moses, the Quran speak about the chapter of the cow, which is very funny, proving to us Islam to be funny and fictions. Moses, he told him, suppose there's a Jewish guy, he got killed. And they want to know who is the one who killed the guy. So Moses, he asked Allah to resurrect this person so they can ask him who killed him. That's a nice story. I wish the FBI will ask Allah from now on. So Allah, he said, bring some beef and hit the guy with the beef. And thus, this is how Allah, he resurrected the dead one. Allah cannot resurrect a person without using beef. Where is the Almighty God who says being is going to be? And this is how Allah, he resurrect people from death by beating them by beef. Have you ever heard of such a thing? How Jesus can be equal to God and he needed to eat? That's a good question. Let us laugh at you again, non-stop. So what is the main point of here is needed, right, guys? The main point, he needed. So if there is someone he need, that's mean he is not God. Correct, Farhan? Christians, are you listening? He needed. So the point this Abdul is saying or using, that if there is someone he need, he cannot be God. All right. Is it your prophet, he said? In the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created not a human and genie except to worship me. That is a need. Allah, he need to be worshipped. He did not create them because he did not need the worshiping. He obviously he needed. And there's a hadith confirm what I'm saying. He said, if you don't commit sin, and ask Allah for forgiveness, Allah will destroy you and will replace you with people who commit sin and ask for forgiveness. So Allah, he needs people who commit sin in order to ask for forgiveness because he needs it. He's lonely. He is not satisfied. That is your God. My Lord, he do not have needs. So when you say, how Jesus, he need to eat? Well, Jesus, he fasted for 40 days. Can you do that? 40 days with no food. There's no human, he can do such a thing. 40 days with nothing. So the nature of Jesus is way above anyone else's nature. In the same time, Jesus is coming in the flesh of a man. So the flesh of the man is a flesh of a man. But that flesh still can do what God can do, because God inside that flesh is the one who is doing the work. So he said to the blind man, see, and then the blind man see. It's not the flesh making the blind see, it is God in the flesh. This is why the Bible says, and the word became a flesh. So the flesh is no more flesh of a man, like everybody. But yet this flesh inside has the power of the Almighty God. So the Messiah with his flesh, still he can do what God can do. And your Quran proved that. So when you speak about needs, was it a need for Jesus to make somebody come from the grave? If we say yes, that means your God, Allah, he have needs too. The Quran says, we did not make signs except to make people believe. That's mean what? It was a need. So even the ability of Allah and the sign of Allah was for the purpose of needs, not for the purpose of a practice. He need to show you so you can see that he can do that. It's a show time. Jesus, he did not need to do that. Jesus, he did so you glorify your Father. And he said, I am he. So you might see too in the same time that the one who is talking to you claiming to be the Messiah is truly the Messiah, for he can do what the Messiah can do. But Jesus do not need to do any of that. You believe, you don't believe, who cares? But because he loves you, that is love, that is not a need. So when you try to make the Messiah, that is a person who need, and then you say he eat, that is a very serious statement. Because your God, Allah, he feed in blood. When you do Muslims, you go and do jihad, Allah is so happy. And let me show you one of the silly needs of Allah. Have you ever heard of Allah, of God? He need people to sneeze so he can be happy? What make Allah happy? It says Allah yuhibbul attasin. Allah love those who do sneeze. See, now we are going beyond the stupid needs. This is way more than a stupid needs. What kind of God he do love those who sneeze? How that make him feel happy? What happened exactly? You are tickling Allah? So Allah, he is not, you see, Allah is watching you, and Allah, he get upset if you do yawning, and Allah, he loves you if you do sneeze. So I'm going to ask you now, what make Allah happy for sneezing? Is that a need? Is that like a food of happiness for him? And what make Allah upset if you do yawning? Is that a need? Allah is resisting? Or let us say this is a weakness. Allah, he go not when somebody he do yawn. How can a person who is doing yawning affect Allah? And how a person who doing sneezing affecting Allah? So if we compare this to your question, that Jesus he eat food, Well, Jesus is coming in the flesh of a man, and he is sitting with his disciple, and he is eating with them. Wonderful. But still, he can do what no man can do from those who eat food. Your God is a very affected person. I mean, he gets affected so easy, to the point even sneezing can affect him. Even yawning can destroy him. So what this hadith says to us, that Allah is very sensitive, weak person, to the point, like there are some people, they tickle them without even touching them. He says, I want to tickle you, they start laughing. That's Allah. What kind of God? He loves sneezing and he hates those who do yawning. What happened? Right? Here we go, guys. You are picking things out of contact. Give us the contact. I'm listening. You see, anytime you give them something they can't answer, you say you are picking out. Give us the contact. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening. You are giving. You are picking things out of contacts. Okay, from the bottom of your shoe, can you make your shoe answer me? Why Allah get upset because of yawning? Give us the contact of this. And why Allah upset because you have cold? Sorry, happy because you have cold. See, I want to learn from you. I'm taking things out of context again, and the bottom of your shoe, which is very weird. I thought you're a Muslim, you don't wear a shoe. Be careful, don't wear black shoes, because the hadith says if you wear black shoes, your penis will never stand up for the anthem. Not only for your wife. Give me the answer. What is making Allah getting upset because you're yawning, and what make him happy because you sneeze? Because as you said, I'm taking it out of context. Give us the context. I'm waiting for you. Are you searching Google? What do you think? My friend Muhammad, the one who is speaking dirty, no wonder you are saying that word. The vagina is your prophet, and that sheikh himself is a vagina. The guy who ate the Quran came to him and he called him bro, and he gave him 5, and he said to him, mashallah, you are 6 foot tall. He's flirting with him. So who is the vagina? It's your sheikh. A guy who ate the Quran coming to your door, and you shake hand with him, and you give him 5, and you call him bro, and you say, mashallah, you are 6 foot tall. This is the sheikh, the man you have? Your sheikh is a vagina. He don't dare even to call me. He's afraid that he will lose virginity if he call me, obviously. Ask yourself who is the one trying to run away from calling each other. I don't go anywhere. I laugh at your God from my chair. Wearing my flip-flap, flipping your God, Allah. Farhan, I'm waiting for your question, your answer. Don't think that this guy, he take us away from the topic. No, I'm waiting for you. Give me the context of the God who he get upset because of yawning. And what make him happy because of his sneezing. I'm still waiting. What happened? Are you going to go now play dead? Remember, you said, I am taking things out of context, so you have the context. Give it to us. This is what they do when you corner them. They put their tail between their legs and they act dead. Somebody saying, did Christ he have 2 netros, 2 balls, you mean? That's a good question. Because I'm going to show you now that your God Allah, he have 2 balls. You see, you try to insult supposedly, no problem. First of all, the Quran says that the Spirit of Allah came to Mary as a perfect man. فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا. So according to your religion, the Holy Spirit of Allah have balls. Here you see the stupidity of the Muhammadan. If the Holy Spirit of Allah has balls, who is left? Let's go to the Quran. And don't worry, I'm going to show you Allah with balls too. Here we go. Chapter 19, verse number 17. Are you there, Abdul? You are talking to Christian Prince. I can make you falafel and hummus and send you to the balls of Allah with no mercy. And don't forget to add the spices too. Read with me. So when the Ruh of Allah, and the Muslim, they say this is Jibreel, but doesn't say Jibreel, it says the Holy Spirit, came to Mary, he appeared in the form of a full man in all respect. Mr. Bowles, are you there? How you say his Holy Spirit holy and he have balls? Listen carefully. You are saying that the one who have balls, he cannot be holy. But your Quran is saying that the one who have balls is holy for sure. Are you there? Now you will play dead because all of you do the same. Here we go. Join Farhan, enter the table. We are waiting for Farhan to give us the context for the previous question, don't forget. And now this guy, he will join Farhan. He is under the table and he is shaking and breaking. What say you? You call this, whatever that thing, Holy Spirit, and then you say it has balls? And now let us go and show you Allah has balls. You see, those Muslims, they ask those questions to normal Christians, and those Christians do not know what to say, right? Well, you are talking to Christian Prince. Welcome. It is Eid day, so we do butcher here, you know. I said, I call you privately. This guy, he want to call me privately. Here we go. He will call me like the Sheikh. He will say to me, he will think I'm David Wood. He will say to me, MashaAllah, you are 6 foot tall. Why you want to talk to me privately? Suddenly you want to talk to me privately? Because you are in the corner. Now you are insulting. Get lost. Here we go. I will block you. Take your stupid shoe with you. And don't forget to lick it as your prophet used to do. So now if we go in the hadith, we will find the following. He's angry. You see, when they make them angry, when you corner them. Yeah. This is your God, Allah. He is a man and he have balls. And your prophet saying that he look exactly as the false Messiah. The only difference between him and the false Messiah is the eye, not the balls. Read it. The Prophet said, I have told you so much about the Dajjal. The Dajjal isn't Antichrist. The Dajjal is the false Messiah. That I'm afraid that you may not understand that the Dajjal, the false Messiah, is short-hinted, woolly-haired, one-eyed, sightless, and neither protruding nor deep-seated. If you are confused about him, you know that your Lord is not one-eyed. So what is the difference between Allah and the false Messiah, who is a full man with balls? Only one eye. And now don't tell me this is weak hadith. It is sahih. So what we prove to you? That there is no difference in the look between the false Messiah, who will come as a man and he will claim to be the true Messiah, and Allah, except one eye. That's mean your God Allah, he have 2 balls. And I hope so, because I don't think he have balls anyway. What say you? Are you there, the guy who was insulting Jesus? Did you take a hike? Remember something, Muslims. Anything you say to Christian Prince, I have mountains of rocks to throw in the top of the head of your prophet from your books. This is why those Abdul, they want to debate anyone except me. The excuse is face to face. They are very much intimidated. They are terrified. They will debate anyone in the internet except me, face to face. And all of us, we knew the excuse why. Face to face, brother. I challenge you. I will go anywhere. Yeah. We know why. Yeah, you know, they don't know their religion. They don't know that their God is a man. As you see, I mean, why Muhammad even he's worried that they will think that the false Messiah is Allah. And what the difference between them? One eye. I mean, what kind of way to recognize God? Look, he described how the man looked like, and he said the difference between them is one eye. Right? Anyway, I think we have enough for today. I hope you guys have a good time. Don't forget to download the video. Obviously, this is a very silly, stupid cult. And subscribe. Now, previous videos we made, as you know, we don't keep them, so we are going to delete them. I hope all of you download them already. You know, you see, there's the problem that we as a Christians, or even those who they believe Islam is a dangerous cult. If you believe with me in the mission we do, then you should help us and download the videos which I make for you available from my time for free. You see, other people, they get upset if you download their videos. They flag you. They say he used my videos. For me, I do the opposite. Because I'm not here to make a video for me. I'm here to make a video for you. So one day, if your child, your wife, your sister, your daughter, somebody try to fool them, your kids, they go on the internet and they will see, and they might be deceived. So if you don't want them to be deceived, you have to show them the truth about Islam. So either you show them my videos, or you train yourself, you learn, so you can teach them. So what we do here is a vaccine against the disease. Many of you, I remember once, a girl, I don't know her, she sent me a message in Palto. She said, I'm listening to you now for many years, but I never mentioned why I'm here. She said when she was a teenage, she was in the internet searching about Islam, and she decided to convert to Islam. That's it. Even she called the mosque. She told them how I can become a Muslim. I want to be a Muslim. So they scheduled for her to go, and they will record her in video, etc. Then, because now she became supposedly excited she will be a Muslim, you know, she make a decision. She made a decision already. She's watching more videos, and then she saw one of my videos. And then she started watching my videos one after one after one after one. And she decided that there's no way she will convert to this God. So she said to me, I was going to convert, but because of your videos, thank God, they were not able to fool me. So this is why we say what we do is extremely important. We do not know we are saving who. We do not know we are helping who. But we do what we can do. And it's your duty to help me to reach out to as many we can. If you can add subtitle to the video, if you can make it shorter, no problem. To make it more concentrated, that's wonderful. Add your language if you speak different language. Help your own people. Save your own children. Because the devil want to hunt them one by one. If you remember the guy from Australia, poor man, he saw his son went missing, they don't know what happened, he's gone, suddenly. What happened? He converted to Islam. And then they took him all the way from Australia, through Indonesia, all the way to Turkey, all the way to Syria, and then finally they found him, they saw him in a video, in YouTube, committing suicide bombing. So you don't want your son, 16 years old, to go missing one day and he joined ISIS and Al-Qaeda because you were lazy and you thought that this will never happen to you. You know what I mean? Many of them, they think that those things will never happen to them. And then those things will happen. But then it's going to be too late to convince a teenage not to do that. You know, teenage is very stubborn. He's a teenage. He thinks that whatever you say to him is against him. So you have to educate your children in a smart way. Let them see, let them read, let them know, let them learn. Knowledge is power. Ignorance is a disease. The Bible says, my people perish because of their ignorance. And this is true in every way. Why people die from corona? Because we were ignorant. We do not know how to fight it. Why people used to die by millions from a flu, and actually until now? Because of ignorance. A little tiny virus kill you. You are ignorant about it. Your ignorance is your death. So help us to fight ignorance, and then we will have peace in this earth. See, people, they kill each other because of ignorance. This is the truth. You see, even countries are going to war against each other. Even those who they claim they are smart, they are ignorant. Because the money we are wasting for war can make the biggest investment and make this earth heaven. What is the budget of USA for the army? What is the budget of China? What is the best budget? The budget of every country, even the poor ones, they pay more than 30 to 40% of their income just for war. A war they cannot handle. So a human being ignorant made him seeking death. Security is gone. Trust is gone. Greed is in high. Everybody want to take everybody. Become like an ocean, and the big fish want to eat the small fish. And everybody is arming himself, waiting for the other fish to come. Why? Because they are ignorant. When the ocean is so big, and there's a lot of food for everybody, still they insist to eat each other. Because of the act of the devil. The devil, he wants us to eat each other. The devil, he wants the Muslim to hate you. He wants us to hate them. They want us to kill each other. That is the party of the devil. So here we educate the Muslim. We show them that the devil is not their God. They are mistaken. Allah is not God. He is the devil. We show them at the same time that there is no better than Jesus, who said, love your enemy. And if we can make all the world believe in one sentence, which Jesus said, love your enemy, the whole world is different, is new. You see, this United Nations, the corrupt organization, they spoke about a human right, etc. There's no human right. It's a joke for them. It's about which country is your citizenship, and depend in that is your human right. When they take our church in Hagia Sophia, United Nations did not make a complaint. But they want to take a house of somebody who is a Palestinian Muslim, and this house is not his. Right now, the United Nations have a meeting. Why? Because there's 60 Muslim countries are behind that house. When they took Hagia Sophia, which is a house of God, built by us, the whole city is us, the whole country is us. Nobody complained. But you cannot take a house of a Muslim, which is not his house. And this is not his land. So everything in this earth is upside down, for the devil is the one in control. Even the filthy Joe Biden, he called the Israelis saying, why you want to take their houses? And I'm so glad the Israelis, they stand for their right. They say it's none of your business. And this is not their houses, this is ours. I like that. I like to whip the nose of this filthy false president, Joe Biden, with the floor. Who side with the devil? As if you do not know that Jerusalem is the city of the Jews. As you do not know that the Bible, he swore in it, it says that this is the land of the Jews. That is the truth. All those terrorists against Israel, Erdogan, Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, now they are having a sit at the Islamic Council meeting emergency. One country, small tiny country. And even America is going against Israel. But I tell you a bad news for you. You cannot go against Israel if God is with Israel. Good luck. Just a try. They are not victorious because they are Jews. They are victorious because God is there. He promised them the land. It's a promised land. And nobody can take it from them. Anyway. So anyway, today, as usual, we gave Muhammad what he deserved. We flip him with our shoe. We made his nose bleed. We show everybody how stupid he is. And all those Muslims who claim they can debate us don't dare to call us. And yet they claim they can, they want to debate you face to face. What face to face? You don't even dare to speak to me online. Even online, you are afraid. So glory to God. We are always victorious. One of the clear signs of victory, that with all the money they spend and all the population they have, they are terrified from a video in YouTube. They are terrified from a verse in the Bible. They cannot allow you to go and preach in their countries because they are terrified. They knew if we go there, Islam will demolish. But it's too late, my friend. Pakistani government keep blocking my videos, but they cannot block all my videos because everybody is copying them. Pakistani watching, Afghani watching. I receive messages from everywhere, Islamic countries around the world. Actually, before I go online, I was watching Christian songs made by a group of Moroccan who became Christians. Wonderful. A lot of Moroccan, by the way, became Christians. Islamic countries are collapsing to the point they made a law to go to jail, to send to jail anyone who allows somebody to preach the gospel between the Muslims in Morocco. You see how much they are scared? Go. Here we go. You go. We give you a table in the corner. Speak about your filthy prophet, the child molester. They cannot let us do that there because they knew they are no match. But now with the age of the internet, we are there, you like it or not. We are there. It doesn't matter how much you try. Islam is dead. Islam is terrified. In 2 seconds, I can demolish Islam. And here we go. Who is a Muslim when I prove me wrong? Did you notice how much they are in this ability? Where is their sheikhs? Why all of them they say when I debate him only face to face? What this face to face is about? Isn't it clear that this is an excuse so they will not let it happen? Desperate, bankrupt, dead people, right? If I count for you how many people they said when I debate face to face, how many names we will receive? None of them actually agree to debate in internet. And the reason is, your reputation speed you. All those sheikhs who debated me before in the internet, which is the only debate I do anyway, they became a joke of everybody. Go watch it. I debated the highest sheikh of the Shia in USA, Hisham al-Husseini. He was in Fox News many times. I debated the sheikh from New York. I debated Dr. Rohi. I debated, I don't know, I mean tons of potato sheikhs. None of them was able to answer me, and I spoke to them with a very nice language, no insult, no, I mean, with a lot of respect, just to keep it professional. You go watch it. Go watch the debate with this guy, with his name, Sheikh Abdul Wadud. Go watch it and die laughing. And the funny, this guy who brought his sheikh, he said to me, I cannot answer you, but I'm going to ask my sheikh to come, and he is very good, he's very good, you will see. And the sheikh is so excited, and he called me, and then it was a mascara, in every way and every mean. Right? Anyway, you know, for me, I don't care what people think. Don't ever worry about people what say about you. They will try always to put you down for a very simple reason. Because you are up. You know what I mean? Nobody will try to put you down if you are down already. Do you understand? If you are down, nobody even will try even to take you down because you are down. So all of them, they try, but we laugh, we look down, and they look up. Right? Abdul Wood, who called me to call his student. No, his student, he asked, as his student, he asked him to debate me, and he did. You can search the debate in the internet. It was a funny debate. I mean, as usual, they try to deny things, but, you know, for me, there's no mercy. I don't know him, Dr. Ruhi, I don't know him. He go in Paltalk usually, and the one who brought him to me is the lady. Her name is Rina. She go to chat room, so she asked him to come and debate me. Rina, or I don't know what her name. Yeah. Shabir Ali, you know, supposedly we will debate, and then he changed his mind because simply he did search. He found that I wrote many books, and he said to himself, oh, that will be crazy. Not good for me. End of career. The only one who did really, he was, let us say, from those who they claim to be, they know Islam supposedly, is Nadir Ahmed. But Nadir Ahmed is mentally ill, you know, so I cannot claim that's anything about him. I mean, there's no honor in defeating a fool. He's mentally ill. And this guy, he go around and he say, Christian Prince is afraid from me, is etc. You know, and you remember what happened just 2 weeks ago. You know, I said, okay, let me give him a spank for the sake of Allah. Right? Now, there is a guy, I think he was insulting. His name is Anjan. I'm not sure what he was saying. But Mr. Anjan, let me ask you. When Allah, he says that he created the white people to go to heaven and the black people to go to hell. And from your picture, I see that you have a dark skin. How you believe in such a filthy, racist God? Let me look at your picture. Are you a white person or a dark-skinned person? I'm trying to find out. No, you are a dark-skinned person. How you follow such a filthy God who says, when Allah, he created Adam, he struck his right shoulder, and from there, white people like ants, like white ants, came out. And then he struck the left shoulders of Adam, and black ants, black children or seeds, came like ants, like black ants. And then he said to the one who came from the right shoulder, go to heaven, and I don't care. And he said to the one created from the left shoulder, go to hell, and I don't care. Huh? So you are coming here to attack me, and you are follow such a prophet. He said that the black people go to hell. If the admin can post the link so he can see it. Poor guy. Islam is made for the white Arab, and the African is their slaves. The poor Bilal, he died and he still is slave. And here we go. Carolina, the admin, she posted the hadith for you. It's authentic. Have fun. You are just a stupid person. In the same time, Muhammad, he says, the most hateful Allah person, a person he hate, is a black man. The most person Allah he hate is a black man. See, because of their stupidity and their ignorance, they call us names. We will not call you name. We describe you as a stupid because you deserve that. You worship the one who made fun of you. He says, obey your leader in war, even if he is a black and his head is a raisin head. Making fun of the look of the African. This is your prophet. How anyone can believe in such a filthy religion. It's hard, honestly, it's hard to believe. Allah Messenger said, Allah created Adam when he had to create him and struck his right shoulder, and there emitted from it white spring as if they were white ants. And he struck the left shoulder, and there emitted from it black offspring as if they were charcoal. He said to the ones being emitted from the right shoulder, for paradise, and I don't mind. And he said to the one emitted from the left shoulder, go to hell, I don't mind. And this is authentic. Chip at you. If you are an African, if you are an Asian, you should be the last one to accept such a garbage, filthy, racist, white Arab supremacist cult. And we post the link for you, so you can go check it out. What kind of garbage this garbage is? This is garbage. The Bible says, for God, He loved the world. He sent His only begotten Son. He loved the world, not the white people, not the black people alone, not the Asian alone, the whole world. God He loved. The disciple of Christ, they went to every place. They went to Africa, they went to India, they went to the white, they went to the black, they went to the Asian, they went everywhere. And they have the gospel for them, for everybody. And the Bible says, there's no Greek, there's no Hebrew, there's no free, there's no slave, for all is one with Jesus. Amen to that. Jesus unites us, the free and the slave, the Greek or the Hebrew. All of us, we are one, which means the one who is a slave. You know, you need to understand the verse in the time of the verse. At the time of the verse, if somebody is a Roman, he is the highest. That's it, is like he is the master. So when you say that the Greek or the Roman is the same as a slave, that is a big, big deal. There's no free, there's no slave, there's no Greek, there's no Hebrew. For all is one by Jesus. So with Jesus, we break slavery, we break the chain. With Jesus, we break racism. We break hatred. With Jesus, when I see a black person, I see my brother in Christ. I don't see a black person. He don't see me as a white person. He see me as a brother. With Jesus, I love the Asian, and the Asian, they love me. I don't feel a stranger, and they will not feel strangers too. That is with Jesus. So even if I live in the time of slavery, if I am a Christian, my slave is my brother. But I am a society, maybe I bought the slaves to free him, or to save him from being humiliated and beat him, or etc. But I should not have slaves. Jesus never had slaves. Disciple never had one. If you read the story of Christ, you will find that he owned nothing. Where was his house? What his property? How many horses he have? How many slaves or servants? None, zero. Nothing, he have nothing. And you know, if you think about it, if Jesus wants to be rich, he can be the most rich person in the world, a person who can raise people from death. Or he can make the blind see. How many rich people they would love to pay to stay alive or to fight illness? Look what Muhammad Saidi said, just to show you the stupidity. just to show you the stupidity. Muhammad he said, oh, you have to understand the time of the verse, so I did not apply that for the Quran. I apply to the Quran. I just said in the time of the verse, who in the world will say there's no free, there's no slave, when everybody is either a free or a slave? Your prophet in the time of the verse, he said there's a free and there's a slave. And he made more slaves. And he did not make them equal. Your God, he says, is the one who knows equal to the one who knows not. And who is the one who knows? The Muslims. Who is the one who knows not? Non-Muslims. Isn't it the Quran says that we the Christians and Muslims and Jews and Hindus, we are equal to animals? See, we understand the time of the verse. Before Islam, Arab don't say the one who don't believe in their religion, you are an animal. According to your religion, according to your books, there was a 365 gods around the Kaaba, which means in one small town, 365 religion. Still nobody says to the other one, you are animal. And all they gather together and nobody kill anyone. Do you see, guys, what Islam he did? The Muslims themselves agree that around the Kaaba was hundreds of idols. And all of them, each one of them, he chose whatever idol he worshiped. Nobody kill anyone. Nobody look down at anyone. Nobody think that if you worship this God, you are a donkey or a fool. Everybody do what he want. Islam came, the white supremacist cult, and then they start forcing themselves above everybody. Right? Muhammad hijab, he want to be dialogue with me. He don't dare. Let him call me. Don't he do ambush to apostate prophet? Ambush me. Call me, surprise me. I called him last time. The coward, he hung up on me 7 times in less than 5 minutes. He did not even let me talk. Yet we destroyed him. He is the one who made a video saying, Christian Prince, you have finished, boy. Why? Because I said to a Muslim woman, suckle me. I was quoting your prophet. And he said, you said that to her. I said, yeah, I was quoting your filthy prophet. And then not even 2 months after, the filthy coward, he himself, he said to Muslim women, suckle me. He said to a Muslim woman, she is the wife of a sheikh, not only a Muslim woman. So they made a drama because a Muslim woman, she called me and she was saying filthy words about Jesus. That Jesus, he did something sexual with his mother. I said to her, in fact, it have to do with the breast of Mary. I said, in fact, it is your prophet, filthy prophet, who said to you to suckle me. They cut that part, they play it, and they try to frame me. And here we go, look at them. They are the one who go around saying to Muslim women and Muslim sheikh, can I suck your wife tits? This is how trashy they are. However, I have no problem. He can call me. He's welcome. We need a laugh. Do they dare? They don't dare. They don't even dare. Anyway. They don't dare. All of them, they claim. You see, all of them, they have the same problem. They knew that they are no match. Those people, they debate someone, he have limited knowledge, and someone who don't speak Arabic for sure. The second they knew who you are, good luck. There's no debate. And actually, I'm here. I mean, where are they? And the funny, he is the one who said to the Muslims, which one you like me to debate, this guy or this guy? There's a guy. They said, Christian Prince, where's the debate? He did not debate me. He hung up on me, coward. He prepared little tiny videos. Did you say that? Where's the debate? You said that Paul in the Quran, you have 30 seconds to answer. I got him busted. And then I showed him from Ibn Kathir, he started reading different book because they are very nervous. They prepared themselves for different reference. I said, you idiot. I'm giving you a different book. Go watch it and laugh. You finished, boy. You know, a parking dog. They cannot debate me. All they are suffer from the same issue. Too much intimidation. Paul from the New Testament book is evident that Jesus is not God. Well, Paul in the New Testament, he said that Jesus is God, and the Quran confirmed that, because the Quran confirmed that Paul is a messenger of God. You know, PSD, even though I am tired and now it's already 1:03 a.m. in the morning, do you like to call me and show me how Paul confirmed that Jesus is not God? Do you like to do that? And remember, I'm going to use your own book's reference to answer you. And if you say to me, I don't accept my books, people will laugh at you. Is that fair, guys? Even though it's past 1 a.m. in the morning, I wanted to open my Pal Talk. You call me and you show me how Jesus is not God. Do you want to do that? What say you? He said Quran. Here we go. Look at this stupid answer. He said we're in the Quran, not from tafsir. So now the Muslims, they don't want tafsir no more because tafsir got them busted. Do you see the stupidity? When we ask them what does verse mean, they say go to tafsir. And now they say to me, don't go to tafsir, we want from the Quran. Hypocrites. Hypocrite and cowards. And you know, I find always as if those Muslims, they are infected with some kind of virus affecting their brain and their thinking. I mean, did you even read this answer? Did you read it before you send it to me? Don't you think this is really stupid to you to say what? So you are saying to me now, I cannot use any evidence to prove my point from your books. The tafsir is explaining the Quran, you idiot. This is why it's called tafsir. Tafsir means interpretation. So if it's not Paul, why your sheikh says it's Paul? Do you see, guys, the stupidity? He said to you from the Quran. Well, okay, give me the tafsir. Who are those three? Give me their names. In order to give me the names, you have to go to the tafsir. So are you going to pick up your own tafsir? The one make you feel happy? Hypocrites. I said in the Quran, it is in the Quran. Prove me wrong. Because the tafsir confirm that this is about them. You know, why Muslim scholar will say this is about Paul if it's not in the Quran? You see how stupid you are? If it is not in the Quran, why in the world the name Paul will come to their mind? I mean, there's millions of names. How is that like a good luck? Is that like a casino? They grab a paper and the name of Paul come out? So you need to explain, not me, why the name of Paul jump in the tafsir that this is about Paul. Where in the Quran it says that Jibreel is the Holy Spirit? Nowhere. You said to me it's a conclusion, right? Where in the Quran it says you pray 5 times? Where in the Quran it says there is no muta no more? So here you see the hypocrisy. And you know, in a debate, imagine you show me a verse from the Bible, it says something and I say I deny it. Isn't it tafsir? Is your official books too? Well, you know, when you say it's not in the Quran, you have to prove it's not in the Quran. Is it? Does it say in the Quran that this is not Paul? Have you ever heard of a God, he say there's 3 messengers and he don't say their names? Have you ever heard of a Muslims who believe in a verse and then they say in the verse it is Paul but it's not Paul? So if it is not in the Quran, then it should not be in the tafsir. So why it is in the tafsir? Because it is in the Quran. Why, if somebody he use olive oil to burn his candle, why you say gas if it is not olive oil? There's a million of use. You choose one. What is the reason? What made your scholar think it is Paul? So the coward you and them, in order to avoid what your scholars say, suddenly you became the scholar and they became the idiot. Suddenly you are the one who decide this verse is about who, not the scholars. Do you understand, people, the hypocrisy? If I say something now, what they will do, they will say, let us read the tafsir. But because that tafsir does not help them, they don't want that tafsir. They say, oh, we don't accept the tafsir. You said in the Quran, show us in the Quran. Very coward behavior. Very extremely. Right? Talking about the sheep and Jan. Okay, don't block him, please. Let me show you how stupid you are again. An African person who worshipped the white man Muhammad, who said that black people will go to hell. Let us look at this. He keep calling us sheep, right? Well, sheep is symbolic of decency and not being evil. But we are no sheep. And the proof, we defeated you many times. And you are the sheep. If you don't believe me, open your TV and watch Jerusalem. We took Jerusalem from you because all of you became a bunch of sheep. And we are now in Saudi Arabia because you need the protection from us, you sheep. And we are in the Qatar because you became a sheep. And we are in Turkey because you are a sheep. And we are in Afghanistan because you are a sheep. And you are talking about sheep and wolves. And by the way, we are not bad still. We are still protecting you in those countries. Not to forget Iraq and Syria and etc. Now let's go to the sheep. This is your prophet speaking about a prophet who have sex with sheep. Now if we ask what's his name? Muhammad Said. Muhammad Said, when the Quran say 99 sheep, who is the sheep? Are they human or they are goats for real? I said those are women. What you say? You say it's not in the Quran says sheep, goats. See how stupid you are? Are they women or they are goats? Because the Quran used the word goat. And you are the one who said, if it's not in the Quran, then we don't accept it. Okay, the Quran says goat. So who is this messenger of Allah who had sex with 99 goats? It says what? It says as Quranic tafsir, we clearly say pray and other in hadith. What does that mean? Stupid. So you change the topic now. Is it goats or it is women? Are you going to say to me now it's not in the Quran, the word women? But what say you? Cowards. Cowards and hypocrites. They deny their own books. They deny their prophet. Like this Uthman, they show him the hadith. He said it's weak when the hadith is not. And we show you all the reference. So when they want, they accept. When they want, they reject. Game player. You are so read in theology, it's an absolute to watch you go. I'm not sure what do you mean, my friend. Anyway, you see, there's things you Muslim you can't explain. So when you say Christian Prince, he lie, and it doesn't say Paul in the Quran, that's mean Ibn Kathir he lie, Al-Tabari he lie, Al-Qurtubi he lie, and all the tafsir who says it is about Paul, they lie too. Because as you said, it's not in the Quran then. So your argument is very funny, very stupid. It's against you. What make a Christian Prince thinks it is about Paul? He was imagining? No, I did read your books. It says, clear words, Paul. Yeah. Why you put it there? So this is what happened when you speak to Abdul. If you read their books and you say, okay, I accept what is in the book, they say, we don't accept the book no more. You see their cowardness? When you have to say something, say it clearly. I said it clearly because when I quote in the video that it's in the Quran, I show the tafsir, you stupid idiot. You are cutting off my video. You are a donkey like your prophet. You have no dignity. If you watch all the videos, I said, Paul in the Quran, I opened the tafsir and I show them. I did not say, I did not insert the word Paul there. So it is you who is hypocrite, stupid like your prophet. Because never I did prove that Paul is there without opening the tafsir. And because now you have a problem, you say, oh, I am stuck with the Quran. It's not in the Quran. It doesn't say that in the... Because you are a donkey hypocrite. We laugh at you. Hypocrites. Cowards. Mut'ah followers. Black stone kissers. If I ask you now, is kissing black stone in the Quran? You will say no. Oh, that's mean Christian Prince, he lie. If he say, kiss black stone in the Quran. Well, it doesn't say in the Quran, kiss black stone. No, it says that. Isn't it saying in the Quran, obey Allah and the Messenger? Okay. And the Messenger says, and he did kiss the black stone? Okay. So it is in the Quran. Because from the Quran, you got your order to do what Muhammad asked you to do. So nowhere in the Quran it says kiss a black stone, but in the Quran it says to follow blindly the idol worshipper Muhammad. Because why you do what Muhammad do? Because the Quran ordered you. If not the Quran saying to you, obey the Messenger of Allah, those who obey the Messenger of Allah, they obey Allah. You will not do that. You will not be a pagan person. When we showed the reference about da'if and sahih, why the Muslim they choose da'if when there's many references strong? Because simply the game is the following. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to try to win an argument. They have no honesty. They don't. They never have one. They have a religion. It says you can lie. Chapter 3 verse 28. It's halal. You see, when Shia and Sunni they speak to each other, they says, okay, let's put the taqiyya in the side for a second. Go watch their debate. Can we stop using taqiyya for a 5 minute? They say that to each other. Can we stop using taqiyya? That's what you do. Right? And the funny, they say, they use the word hypocrite. Isn't it your prophet, he taught you in the Quran to be hypocrite? And this is the word taqiyya. So how you Muslims, you call everybody hypocrite when hypocrisy is a very well-known practice in Islam? It's a must. Because kissing black stone is not there in the Quran, we say the hadith. Okay, but why? So do you follow the hadith or you follow the Quran? If Allah never said to you, kiss the black stone, so why you are kissing the black stone? You will say to me, because the Quran ordered me to follow the Prophet. Thank you very much. So you are a pagan like him blindly. You don't ask yourself, how in the world this person claimed that to be from God, yet he's a black stone kisser? Simply he was following the steps of his parents. Pagan like them. So in chapter 3, verse number 28, the Quran says, you can practice lying, especially to those who they are Christians and Jews. Do you see it? You can speak to them in a friendly way, but in your heart is just like that. And then you call us hypocrite? When this is your religion, the religion of hypocrisy. You speak to me in a friendly way, like, you know, this female sheikh, Uthman, in front of David Wood, who ate the Quran, he called him brother, my friend, and he gave them 5. And he said, mashallah, you are 6 foot tall. He was flirting with the guy. Why? Because he was afraid David Wood might eat him. He live in America. He don't live in Pakistan. He's a potato. He's wearing the burqa now. The burqa of taqiyya, of protection. So he called him bro. He is very friendly. Suddenly, the Muslims who they get angry for insulting the Prophet are not there. Where is the Muslims who says, kill those who insult the Prophet? What happened? Suddenly, the person who he ate the Quran, you call him bro? Because he's wearing burqa. This is your burqa. All of Islam is a burqa. You change your answer depending on your situation. In the old days, when the Muslims, they were strong and they have their army, they don't care if you accept or not. Who cares? They don't even debate you. Convert or die. But now, because you are weak, you play the game. Well, you can say whatever you want. People are laughing. It is in the Quran, still in the Quran, because it's the Quran says 3 messengers, and the tafsir says who they are. So the Quran speak about them, yes. And in the same time here, we need to mention that your stupid God, he mentioned 3 messengers, but he failed to mention who they are. Why he's talking about them then? And let me ask you, why there are 3 messengers? What's wrong with this number 3? What's wrong with this number 3? And who is the one who can resurrect people from death? Those are the disciples of Jesus. And who is the third one? And why he is the strongest? No answer. So yes, it's in the Quran. Actually, there's tons of verses in the Quran Muhammad he stole from Paul, like the verses about gambling. The difference is, Paul he said, those who do gambling, fornication, etc., they will not enter the kingdom of God. Muhammad he copied the same, but he said ijtanibu, which means avoid doing it, because he is a coward. He don't dare to say what Paul said. Paul he said clearly, if you do those things, you don't enter heaven. Muhammad he said ijtanibu, which means avoid it. So the logic of the Muhammadan is the following. If something is not in the Quran, then we should not say it's in the Quran. Correct? Okay. Stoning to death, is it in the Quran? Breastfeeding for adult 10, is it in the Quran? It is in the Quran. Where we can find it? See the hypocrisy? It is in the Quran. Ask any Muslim. The verse of stoning to death, is it Quran? They say yes. Okay, where it is? And now what you will say? You will say the goat ate it? Very embarrassing. Don't go there. So what is in the Quran obviously is a stupid. This is a stupid book. And because it's a stupid book, you need the books to complete what is missing in the Quran. It's called tafsir. You see, if this book is clear, then the tafsir, there's no point of it. Correct, people? Tafsir, especially when tafsir start guessing. Like now the Muslims, they say, well, not all scholars, they say this is Paul. Okay, that's mean you Muslims are guessing what kind of religion this religion is, and what kind of God this God is, and why you are guessing. That's mean Allah did not make it clear. How will we learn about those three messengers where they are? He did not say the name of the city. He did not say the language they speak. All what he said, they are three messengers, and they can resurrect people from death. What's the point of this story then? Then when we go to the tafsir, we find that those three, they went to a city, it's called Antioch. And all of us, we knew that the first city where the Christians being called the Christians, it was Antioch. Now you need to ask yourself, those who they are close to the time of Muhammad, obviously they heard that from Muhammad. Otherwise, why they will mention it? How it come to their mind that this is Paul? What is the reason? There is no answer. What is your view of the Quran? How do you think it came into being? Do you think Muhammad had anything to do with it? Well, you know, the Quran is not really a book. You see, Muhammad, he came in a time where people, they practice something called sajah. And sajah is the same as like a form of rap songs. But the Arab in the time of Muhammad, they used to have a very strong kind of, let us say, rap. The Quran of Muhammad is very silly, way silly. So there is a guy, his name is Sutayh. And Sutayh was a person who speak to you only by rap, which means you say to him hello, he answer you saying something rap. You say where you going, he answer you, he says to you rap. All right? Actually, if you search his name, you will find in the hadith, you will find him talking about him. And Muhammad, after that, after he started making Quran, he forbid people to practice such a thing because he don't want anyone to have a competition with him. And obviously, his rap is very funny and very stupid. Now, the verse you mentioned to me, chapter 22, verse 52, says, never we send a messenger before, but when he like he have a desire, shaitan, he throws something in his desire. Well, this is explained supposedly. You see, if you ask now Muhammad Saeed, does it say there that shaitan, he put satanic verses in his mouth? He will say no. Did it use, does it make it clear that he gave him Quran? No. It says he put something in his mouth, but not Quran. It doesn't say Quran. But if you go to the tafsir, you will see they say Quran. He gave him satanic verses. And then Muhammad, he recite them unaware that this is from shaitan. So where do we find the story about this? Is it in the Quran? No, the Quran is saying nothing. It says none of this. Doesn't say even anything about Muhammad. Doesn't say that Muhammad received satanic verses at all. All what it says that he sent and we will delete it. So it confirmed two things. That messengers, all of them, they receive messages from shaitan. And all of them, Allah will delete the message they receive from shaitan. But look what happened here, just to show you the stupidity of the author and those who follow. If Allah, he promised that any messenger he receives satanic verses, Allah will delete it. That's mean the Quran confirm that Allah will preserve his words. Correct? His guardian for it. He is watching. He will not let anyone to add words to the words which the prophet, they said, or messengers. So how come shaitan was able to add words to the Bible according to Muslims? Don't they say they corrupted? Isn't this from shaitan? So the verse says, none of our messenger, but shaitan, he do that, and we will take it away, correct? So the verse here confirmed that not only the Quran will be protected, all the books sent by Allah will be protected. Are you getting my point? The one who asked the question? He did not say only one messenger. He said none of the messenger, but shaitan he throw. And then what we will do? We will take it out. That destroy all the statement of the Muhammadan that only the Quran is protected. Because as you see, the Quran promise that no one can add to my books. Islam is a stupid cult. Do the Muslims see this verse? Are they blind? The Bible was not preserved. That's a good thing to say, because that's mean your God is stupid. You see, I want to play the same game with you, Muhammad Said. And then people, they will decide who is the donkey here. If the Bible is not preserved, is that in the Quran or in the Hadith or in the Tafsir? Or you are a donkey? Remember, when I said to you that Paul is in the Quran, you said, I lied. It's not there because it's in Tafsir. Okay. Is the Bible corrupt in the Quran or out of the Quran? The Quran says Allah, He confirmed what is between their hands. So how it is corrupt, you idiot? And then the Quran says, مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُ, confirming what is with them. Do you see who's stupid here? You are stupid like your prophet. So the Quran confirm what is with them, and you idiot says it is corrupted, and you know that? That's mean you are accusing your prophet to be a fraud. Because you know that it's corrupt, right? You just what you said to me. But the Quran says we know that it is not, and we confirm it. So who's the donkey here? The word Bible is not there, but he is speaking to the Christian and the Jews. Here we go. See, the word Bible is not there. Do you see the stupidity? The word Bible is not there. But speaking about Isa, speaking about the book of Moses and the book of Isa, you stupid idiot. It says that. And we gave Moses the book. Okay, what is the book of Moses? Obviously, it's not the Bible. It was Mickey Mouse, maybe. So it doesn't say Torah. It says the book of Moses. So what the book of Moses is? Stupid. And we give the book to Jesus. Okay, what is the book of Jesus? Get out of here, son of Muta. Get out of here. You're a donkey. I just wasting my time with him. Don't ever come here. Anytime, admins, you see this guy, come in here, block him. You see the cowards? And now if we open the tafsir, it's going to say he's talking about the Christian and the Jews, and the book of the Christian and the book of the Jews. Coward. Which books the God of Islam confirmed they came before him? Give me the names. Do you have names? The Quran mentioned the Torah, the Zabur, and the Injil. Donkey. Stupid. Who is the ones they were around Muhammad and he is saying, I confirm what is with you? There was Hindu there? Do you see they are very, I mean, they are, not all the Muslims, but this kind of people, they are disgusting. They are willing to go so far in their hypocrisy and games. It doesn't say Bible. The book of Moses. What is the book of Moses? What is the book of Jesus? Why he's talking about Jesus? And then right away he says, and we confirm what is with you. And which book Islam believe in? Sent by Allah before Muhammad. And who is the one who was around him who will have a book? And which one? The people, the Quran called them the people of the book. And then he says, this is not the book of thieves. You know the ethic of thieves? How you can trust a thief to have ethic? A thief, he don't have an ethic. He do not. Confirming what is with them. Speaking to, and then right away he says, and Moses came to you with the proof. Obviously, those are not the Jews. They are Hindus. No dignity. No honor. Following the devil is the way. The Quran is not confirming the books of the pagan. The Quran is confirming the books of the Christians and the Jews, and he named them by name. Anyway, please, anytime, admins, you see this guy, I don't want to see his face anymore here. I'm sure he will come with a different name, but I don't want him. He sent the book down مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل. He sent down the book approving what is between his hand, and he sent the Torah and the Injil. What you will say now? He did not say the word Torah and Injil? The same, this is chapter 3 verse 33, and this is chapter 5 verse number 46. The same story. And after them we send Isa, the son of Mary, approving what they're between their hands from the Torah. So Isa, he approved the Torah. Muhammad, he approved the Injil and the Torah. The Quran says that. And then he says to you, it doesn't say that. Liars. You see, you notice always that when we are debating Muhammadan, we are not debating Muhammadan. We are trying to corner their lies. You know what I mean? There's no debate in the debate. Because honesty is not there. When you want to debate somebody, you have to be at least honest. Tell you about what his belief says with the clear words. That's it. I believe in this. You see, when somebody says to me, what do you think about science and the Bible? I laugh. I said, we don't believe in science in order to believe in the Bible. He was surprised. He said, so you believe that the Bible is against the science? I said, have you ever heard of science saying that there's a woman, she can give birth to a child and she never met a man? He said, no. I said, would we believe in that then? So this is not with science. See the honesty? The Muslim, they make videos, Quran and science, and all its fabrication. Why? Because this is a religion of lies. Science does not agree with faith. In many ways, who want to believe that Jesus, he put some mud on the eyes of somebody, he made him? See, that is not science. Correct? But for them, because they are desperate, destroyed, hypocrite, they have no God, they have no book, they have no word of God, they have no true prophet, they fabricate their Quran to make it fit with science. They are willing to corrupt their book. They change the meaning of the book to make it scientific. I would never do that. If a scientist come to me now, and he said to me, it's against science to say that Mary, she have a son, I will agree, it's against science. Still, I believe in it. I do not need to be a hypocrite and make it scientific. Those who change their belief to make it fit with something modern. Obviously, they never had belief. This is my belief. You like it, don't like it. Okay. You believe in science, go worship science. I believe in this book. Oh, you believe that Jesus, he made a few fish and bread, he feed thousands of people? Yes, I believe. But this is not scientific. I agree, it's not. Who said it is? We never say it is. That's why we call it miracle. Miracle is above science. A miracle is something no science can explain, and nobody can explain. That's why it's called miracle. Even atheists today, if something happened, they can't explain, they say it's a miracle. You go to a doctor, he's an atheist. Somebody have cancer, he recover. How this happened? He said, we can't understand really. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So even atheists who don't believe in miracles, they use the word miracle. Right? So we don't compromise in order to gain points. That's what the true believers do. They are false believers. Every single Muslim, he knew that all those videos about Quran and science is a fabrication, and you can get my books and read about them. Well, this question before Abraham was I am. It's very complicated, you know. This is above the grade of Muslim to ask it. That's what makes them dizzy. But it's a good question. Because if the Quran was not created, was the Bible not created too? Was the Torah not created too? And if it's not created, how you can destroy what is not created, which is always exist? Is it in the tablet? Or only Allah he wrote that? So, you know, those questions will make them dizzy. They are tough questions for those people. And why does God, he want to make some books preserved and some books don't preserve? I mean, this is stupid, isn't it? The word of God is equal to the word of God. Right? Word of God should be equal. Because it is his word. But obviously the word of God is not the word of God, because if the Quran is created by Allah, so how this is his book? Imagine if the book I wrote, it's not me who wrote it. So how it is my book? You get my point? So the Muslims agree that Allah did not make the book, did not make the Quran. So the Quran belongs to whom? It's not created by Allah. If Allah just recite the book, well, I recite the book too. Does not make me the owner. If Allah have access to the book, and then he recite the book, and then he send it to Muhammad, that's mean every word there is not the word of Allah, it's the word of somebody else. Now you need to tell me the word of who. But anyway, for me, I don't focus on those things much, because those things, they can play games with it forever. So I focus on something very clear to explain that Muhammad is a fraud. You know, like the Quran says, if this is a book other than Allah, or made by other than Allah, then you will find another contradiction. That's wonderful. So when the Quran says in one verse, Allah created the mountains first, and then the stars, and then different chapter says the opposite, it's a clear evidence that the Quran is false. You see, always I avoid anything can come with philosophy, because it's an endless discussion and useless, especially you are talking to a liar. See, when we show them their tafsir, did you notice what happened? We show them from tafsir, it says this is Paul. They accuse me of lying because I said it's in the Quran. It says that Paul is a messenger of Allah, according to the Quran. Why I'm lying? Because it is in the tafsir. But, okay, hold on. This tafsir mean interpretation, explanation for the verse. So, if it is not there that Paul is a messenger of God, why in the explanation it says it is about him? And then how I can be a liar? Can you believe it? So they accuse you of lying for reading what they wrote. They say it is Paul. That verse is about Paul. If you say Paul in the Quran, you lie. See the hypocrisy? Anyway, guys, I'm getting tired, and I did not really, I woke up so early today, and yesterday I slept so late, so I apologize. Which tafsir for what? It was for this 38:23. I don't understand what you are saying, because you're adding. And for, ask me this question maybe next time. I'm really tired for now, and it's better for me to go. My eyes is coming down, the battery is almost up, because yesterday I stayed so late. You remember I went so, like I finished with you, I don't know how many hours I was here, and then I did not sleep right away, and then I woke up so early, so I did not maybe have enough, maybe 3 hours or 4 hours maximum of sleep today. But anyway, it's always joy to serve the Lord and to serve the people and to share the truth. You know, this is what I do is very tiring, because you are always angry. You know, people make you angry. There's nothing fun in it. But in the same time, I really always feel very satisfied, because I feel how much people need to know. You know, it's like your duty to do the right thing is the joy. Like I'm doing the right thing, but it's not the action. It's tiring. It's not fun. You stay long, your back hurt you, your eyes hurt you, staring at the computer, you watch the chat, Muslims attacking, calling you names, come from everywhere. It's a war zone. It's very, for some people, they will go really, I mean, they will be very stressful. You know, it's very stressful for many. For me, it doesn't make really a stress, but it's tiring to stay for many hours. Now, many, they say to me, why don't make it 30-minute max? So, but you know, I tried. Honestly, I say to myself, I will go, like even now, I said, let me go for 20 minutes. Because I'm really tired and I want to sleep early. But for some reason, when I start, I have difficulty to leave. Honestly. Most of the time I say to myself, I need to stop staying for 4 or 5 hours. It's very tiring. But I have difficulty to say, okay guys, I'm leaving. When I see a question coming, question after question, I feel like guilty to leave, and I did not, and then the questions keep coming. But you know, you cannot really keep going forever. But I wish I can go forever. Why not? I wish the Lord will make me able to start today exposing this cult, saving the world from it, and stop the day I die. No food, no sleep, not going anywhere. This is my pleasure, really. To bring happiness to people, save them from corruption, save them from a fraud, from a false prophet. He will take you to hell. But at the end of the day, we have a limited ability. Translate your book to Urdu. My friend, how I cannot translate it? You have to translate it, not me. If you speak Urdu, you are the one who need to help me, not me. How I can translate it? See, all my books is translated by people like you who are willing to help. There's somebody contacted me before, they want to translate, but nothing happened. You know, if you know somebody is willing to translate, I will be happy. You know, I wish. And actually, if somebody translate my book to Urdu, I promise I will give it for free. I promise. The Lord is my witness. I will give it as a gift to all those people who speak Urdu. Absolutely for free. The same as many books I gave. And by the way, not because I'm rich. I have my car. My car is really old. I want to wish to change it. But for me, it's way more important to have my books reach to everybody hand with no limitation. From having a nice car, or it's way more important. Don't think that I have, like, I'm a person who have the extra money who can throw everywhere. But it's more, in the other day, I received a message from some people who speak Russian. I never met them. I don't know them. I'm not Russian. I don't speak Russian anyway. And they said to me in Paltalk, "Are you Christian Prince?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Just we want to say thank you for making your book available for free in Russian language." I said, "You're welcome." And the person who was talking, I don't speak Russian, so the name I don't know if it's male or female. And then the person said, you save a member in the family, was thinking to convert to Islam, and the book helped a lot to change the decision. Amazing. I never went there. I don't speak one Russian. The only Russian word I know is specifa. That's it. But because somebody helped, and he translated the book, not me. This is his work. That person will get the blessing of saving that person before me. Because if he did not translate the book into Russian, those families will be converting to Islam. Because somebody tried to fool them. So when somebody translate the book, he himself will receive the blessing, not me. Even though I am the one who wrote it, but I wrote it in English. I did not write it in Russian language. So translation from those who do volunteer work is extremely important and extremely blessing for those who do it. Your work will be remembered for a long, long time. Remember, all of us, we will die. You will die. I will die. The Lord, he said, let the dead bury the dead. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of time. We are dead. All of us. You see those who they are typing and the one is talking, all of us. We are bones already. But there's something will never go bones. Is your work. Especially if it's a book. So, in a million years from now, if the earth did not destroy, maybe in 50 years, still somebody will say, this is a book of a guy, he used to be alive in the year of etc. His name is a Christian Prince. And this is a translation in the Russian language, or Romanian language, or Polish language, or etc. language. You would not put your name there because you don't want to put your name. Same as me, actually. I did not put my name there. I did not put my real name. None of my books have my real name. So neither you, neither me, we are receiving to be glorified by people by, okay, may God bless this person, but you do not know who is this person. So me and you, the one who translated and the one who wrote the book, both of us, we stay unknown. But trust me, we are known. For there's one person, he knows us, and that is the one who counts. So I encourage people to translate my books to any language you can. And send me the file, and I will publish it. And always I promise, any language which is for a poor nation, I will never accept $1 from that book. You know that we have to make living, right? It's not a secret. I don't open my door and I found gas for my car and food in front of my house. So all of us, we have to make living. But as long the Lord is providing me with enough, I'm very grateful. I'm not seeking more. And always I trust him that the more I throw away, the more he will send me. I believe in that. I went through a lot of harsh time for many years. And I never give up hope. And actually, sometimes even you feel, because you are a believer, you are being tortured, there is a lot of suffering. You feel that life is unjust to you. If you are a person a thief, a scam, you have a nice house, you have nice cars, you have everything. When you are a person who, you know, like devoted your life for good reason, you will suffer. You will be short of money, you will be short of pleasure, you will be short of everything. It's like the whole world is against you, and you will not enjoy watching news, and you will not enjoy what's happening. Like everything hurt you. You open TV, you get hurt. Why? Because you are following the true God. And all the news hurt. Abortion, killing, thieves, atheists. They want to take the word God. They want to take. They want to take now the Mother Day. Even the Mother Day is an enemy for them. Imagine how crazy they are. So, when you are a believer, you don't really enjoy this life much. But there is a special joy which overcomes all of those things. First, you feel that you are accomplishing something. Number one, you are resisting all the temptation around you. Sometimes we fail to resist everything, and this is true. But still, you are resisting. You have the joy of saying, "I'm going to fight back. I'm not going to give up." Other thing, you have the joy, like because of what I do, to see people leaving, changing the religion for the work I do. That is a priceless for me. When you see somebody crying, you know, speaking to you, I have people speak to me in private or even live on air, and then the person starts crying and he accepts the Messiah. It's amazing how it feels. I remember first time a person who accepted the Messiah speaking to me. I cannot even explain to you how I felt. Like after that, it became more normal, you know, like because I have a lot of people, you know, do that. But the first one, it was the best. Like I felt like I'm flying. I'm like, I did it, you know, I made it. It happened. It's like, you know, you are doing fishing and the first fish come after waiting for long. So it was very beautiful. And all the ones come after are very beautiful too. But the first one, it was for sure very, very special occasion. So you feel bad, you feel, you struggle more. There's things you wish to do and you cannot, and people judge you, people hate you, people call you names, even Christians go against you. A lot of, let us say, pressure, you know. But thank God, I am by nature, I'm very, very tough person, you know. I'm a person, if I am dying, I want to go to the doctor. Maybe you will believe it or not, this is how I am. I can handle pain, and it's okay with me. Very tough on myself. And I believe that when you don't spoil yourself, that is for your benefit. The more suffering happened, the more you are strong. Like, I'm not a person who takes medicine just because I feel a pain. Or you just get sick. Thank God I don't get sick easy. But I resist medicine. I resist totally medicine. I resist to go to doctors. I will go to doctors only if things go so crazy. If it's something I cannot do, you know? I mean, like something you cannot handle no more. And really, really it happened. So, like, you know, you're used to certain things. You train your body, you train yourself, you train your spirit to be a person who resists, who is strong. And that will make you every day stronger. This is why you see those Muslims are so desperate. They speak about me as if I have an army. If you notice how many they gather around me, you know, and how much I'm making them suffer from anger. And then you wonder, like, how this is happening. I mean, it's just one person. He don't have organization sponsoring him. He don't go even show his face. He don't go in camera. I mean, I don't have really, I mean, it's just an individual work. One person. As simple as that. How he can make millions of people in Indonesia are upset or happy. For me, I believe it's a miracle. For the Lord is a blessing the work we do. I never thought that time will come that a person who hardly knew how to say few English words, people who don't even speak my language, they will know about me. I never thought about this. I mean, it even doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to receive a message from someone from Russia or someone from Nigeria. Doesn't make sense that people in Indonesia make an article against this Christian prince. All of this doesn't make sense. And the first time I said to myself, I'm going to write a book in English, it doesn't make sense. I mean, my English is not that good. The first thing will come to your mind, how many people will be laughing at my grammar mistakes? You know what I mean? This is the first thing will come to your mind. How a person, his English is not so good, he's going to write a book in a language he don't speak very well. But always I trust the Lord, and the Lord always provide me with all means. I wrote my book. My book's full of grammar mistakes. I have volunteers who said, let us read the books, we will fix it for you. Still, I'm the writer. They just fix the grammar. So, you don't act limited unless you think you are limited. You don't act weak unless you think you are weak. So if you think you are strong and you can accomplish something, you will accomplish that thing. I'm a believer, and I believe that I can do what I plan to do, and I did. So my funny English is hurting. I don't speak good English like Sam Shamoun or David Wood. I don't even 10% like them. But doesn't hurt me. Because the Lord, He blessed me with other language, which is the main reason for my strength. Arabic. And this is why they fear me. They don't fear the English of David Wood. They don't fear the English of Sam Shamoun. They fear the Arabic of a Christian prince. So, I'm not strong in one thing, but I am strong in the most important language I need to fight this garbage. It's not the English I need. And the mission is not my English. It is my Arabic. And this is why all of them, they avoid debating those who speak Arabic. Because he knew. We cannot say to him, you do not know Arabic. We cannot make fun of him. And actually, I speak Arabic, and still they try to say he don't know Arabic. Arabic is my first language. I'm born in the Middle East all my life, and then say, see, brother, you know, there's the Muslim Indonesian, they say the Christian friends do not know Arabic. You believe it? Yeah. Anyway, an hour ago I said I'm leaving, right? All right, thank you very much. Now you understand what I said when I said I have difficulty to leave. You see? I have difficulty to leave because honestly, I love to do what I'm doing, even though I'm tired and my eyes are closing, but still I have difficulty to leave. So anyway, I think it's time to go. Sorry, I cannot take a call. Some people are talking about calls from me or to talk to me. I hope we have time tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think in the morning and daytime, I will not be able to come. I will be busy mostly. But you never know. You never know. So until we see you again, guys, I want to say thank you. God bless you. And thanks for those who support us in all ways. By downloading, translating the videos or the books, or even by donation. We really appreciate you. Take care. May the Lord bless you. Christ is Lord, and nothing else can save us except the Savior. His name is holy. His act is holy. his ethic is high, and it is the most amazing action he did in his life. He is the best example for us, and we are the worst example for us. We are sinners. We cannot be the best example. For the good of a man is the same as a shame of shame. There is no good in a man except that he believe in the Lord and the Savior. And if we have little good, it's just because we feel ashamed compared to what he does and who we are. Even that good in us is just because we compare ourselves and we feel guilty. We feel that we are so little, so tiny. So if you do good, remember, your good is still bad. So you better work in yourself. Don't be proud. Be humble. For he himself, with his holiness, he was washing the feet. So it doesn't matter how big you go. Remember how small you are. Be humble. In order to be a master, you have to be a servant. For in Christianity, the master is the servant, not the opposite. Thank you, and God bless you. And I was your servant for today. Take care.